listener, man. We only drank 6 beers last night, but that was kind of nothing. But 4 of those were IPAs, so I was paying for it for a little bit this morning. Yeah, but right now I'm gonna go to I don't know what I got, but I did find a cool beer store. I finally got a place where I can pick up craft brew that's just not all Lagunitas and Torpedo and Sierra Nevada and all that stuff. But here I'm drinking one of these, bros. Velton's Pilsner. You know this one?
No, I don't.
Either do I. It's from Germany. Site 1824. I think that's probably.
Fancy.
That was about $1.50. So let's give this a go. First beer of the day. So yeah, man, last night was awesome. That was cool to have Martin on.
Yeah, he's never been on, has he?
That was the first time I ever talked to him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like even through I'm assuming you set something up and talked to him in Discord email, right? Or...
Kyle connected us from Clawhammer, and he gave me his email, and I reached out, and he went back, and I don't know if you were sticking around last night, but he doesn't do social media, so he's kind of a tricky guy to get a hold of, and I love that he doesn't. I love that he doesn't do social media. So we went back and forth a couple times, and he watched the one where Trent had gone on a couple weeks ago, and all the YouTubers are the best people to have on because they have the best production.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So even the average guy probably still won't have like a $50 USB mic, but we're cruising. That was a lot of fun. I learned a lot. We got some people showing up. What up, Yardbird? Hair of the Dog. What's up, Will D? Patrick Sandy. It's trouble, man. This is trouble brewing, man. What's up, party time? Oh, how long do you get tonight? Or are you on the clock, or are we partying?
Oh, I don't really have a bedtime. So.
Whoa. Well, this might be a 4-hour stream, man. So if you want to duck out, I can get somebody else on, or vice versa. You can kick me off.
I'll let you know if I need to go.
Right on, brother. Well, cheers, everybody. I'm drinking the Velton's Pilsner right here. And you're drinking a sour? You're drinking a homebrew?
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Yeah, I don't really buy beer, which it's a good thing and a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
It's a good thing because you save a lot of money. It's a bad thing because you don't really get a lot of exposure to commercial stuff that's out.
Right.
So I pretty much only buy.
We're cutting out again. Let me go to audio out really fast. Let me pull something in. Let's go to speakers. We're going to go H2. That should work now. What up, Al, bro? CH audio was a bit quiet with the guest. Yeah, I think I just fixed that. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Al, bro. Super bro. What up, Goose Frabo? What's up, Frabo? Out there in Texas. I hate when it shows up in blue.
Yes!
Calling all Mats. Calling all Mats. What's going on, Walt Longmire? Let us know what everyone's drinking. Matt is really quiet. I'm going to kill it, Matt, and we're going to try it over again. Jeopardy music. Summon the Jeopardy music. But in the meantime, we'll figure that out. Thanks for everybody who showed up last night. That was a lot of fun. Thank you, Martin. Thank you to all the super chatters. It's fun when we get a lot of people in there and everybody knows the guest that's on. And I had a blast. And I want to give a shout out to all the super chatters and new members, starting with the most recent Blackwood Brews. Much love. Gary Scott, Chris Z, Christian Ramirez, Beer Mountain. Dude, please use this money to buy a new headset. I know, it sounds good. It's just kind of a cosmetic thing. Josephied, much love, Ubraj. Brewing Bad, Tennessee, TN. Josephied, always showing love. Jesse Montalvo, Beer Mountain became a member as well. Dysfunctional Father Brewing became a member. And Ryan Sandberg. And Will D, he's in here right now. Thank you, Will. Much love for the super chat last night. And Esteban Flemens. Let me see if let's work the chat. I think my Wi-Fi just went down. I think it did too. Party time. Party time. I need you. We need you. He's back.
Hey.
You good?
Sorry about I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we will see. Let me chop this up a little bit.
If this continues, obviously, don't wait up.
Do you have Ethernet you could plug in? Because I never go off Wi-Fi, especially when I'm uploading, especially when I'm streaming.
Yeah, so this room is weird because I don't really have Ethernet ran to this room at all. So yeah, if this doesn't work tonight, what I'll do is I'll run Ethernet. We can do this some other time.
No, we're
it's
doing
not a
it
big deal.
tonight. It's going to be pretty rare that it craps out again. We're good. So we've got nothing written down. I was just thinking we could drink 6 beers tonight. I went to the store.
Yeah.
I went to the store. I went to my Three Rivers Market. Doing a little bit lighter of beers tonight. Got a couple IPAs, but I've got a Radler. I've got a Pilsner. And I'm just trying to try out all the local stuff right now. All the Knoxville beers.
Yeah. Do you have a place, like a local place yet? For like a brewery?
There's a lot of breweries.
Yeah.
There's a lot of breweries. But I like going to the store because I like places that have craft beer and you can create your own 4-pack or 6-packs.
Yep.
Sometimes you don't want to commit to a whole 4-pack, especially when it's $22 or something. What up, Yeast in the Barrage? It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I found this. Do you have Trader Joe's out where you're at in Michigan?
Yeah, we do. I'm pretty sure we do. I don't go to it if we do.
Trader Joe's, it's kind of bougie. Not bougie, but it's definitely not like a Walmart. But right. It's a couple steps up from that. So everything is on the label. There's no probiotics or everything's gluten-free and vegan. Not vegan, not the meat, but everything else is vegan and gluten-free and non-GMO and all that stuff. So you pay a little bit more, but it's cool. And they've got good beer and they sell them individually. Three Rivers Market.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually just go to Target
for beer.
Meijer. Yeah. Target has some stuff. I rarely buy. So if I do, it's usually just a 15-pack of something light and refreshing. So I'm not usually shopping all too much.
That's a really good way to become a better homebrewer, though, too, is just to, if you're going to drink more, what do? You got to brew more.
That's right. Well, that's the thing. So you got to get that batch size down, too. You got to find the right balance, right? Because I'm still trying to find that balance. Last year I did 3.5-gallon batches because I wanted to brew a lot.
Yeah.
So now I'm bumped it up to 4 gallons. And I also added a tap, so I'm still trying to figure out that balance. Right now, I have like an empty keg, and then 2 of my other kegs have a gallon left in them. So I'm not brewing enough. I need to brew a lot more than or slow down drinking. It's one of the two. So
yeah, when I go back to brewing, unless I'm doing a Pilsner, I think I'm going to do 2.5-gallon batches.
Oh, right on.
I got to do what I was doing because I'm going to be brewing a lot. I haven't even broken in that Clawhammer system yet. I've used it, but not with electricity. I used it back in San Diego. That's what I love about the Clawhammer systems. You could use propane or you can plug it into the electric if you want to go electric and pay the extra bucks.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was wondering if you switched to that system because I know you've kind of rocked this DIY setup for a long time.
Yeah.
Have you made the plunge to like an official Clawhammer system, or are you still kind of DIYing? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I haven't brewed on it yet. I'm going to Europe next week. I'm going to Europe in like 10 days. 11 days. It's my ice machine going all ape shit. I always think someone's breaking in. And I don't want to brew before that. I'm going to build a chest freezer before that. But as far as brewing goes, I don't want to have anything fermenting while I'm gone, just in the event that there's just a leak or a lid blows off. I don't want to be out of town for something like that and come back to a place with sticky floor and just wet clothes or
what a nightmare.
Mold or anything of the sort. Right. But CH is quiet. Let's go to that. What about
I could be loud. It's one of the two.
I can control it though. I'm looking at my audio out right now, which is you, and then H6, which is me, and I think I just turned my H6 up. So
yeah, you could turn me down, and then everyone else can just turn the whole stream up too. It's one of the two. So
sure, yeah, either way. Boom, super chat, Patrick Sandy. We're gonna do some MBC tonight because this is my last night drinking for 4 or 5 days. Much love. This is for Swedish meatballs in Sweden. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate that. I will definitely drink. I'll get a Swedish meatball with that. And if I don't, I will get a liter of Czech Pilsner in Czech Republic. I promise you that. Thanks, Patrick. Much love, you braj. Hey, we got Masto in the house. Why Sweden? Because I'm bombing on a buddy's trip. We were supposed to go to Portugal and Spain about a year ago, and I kind of wigged out. I gave him my word, and that was at the time when if you were traveling, you could get locked down or shut down or quarantined for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's spooky.
And he wanted to do that. He didn't care, and I was like, I can't play with fire like that. You know how much more expensive that is? 10 more days of Airbnbs or hotels and food and
Yep.
stuff.
Can add up.
So he went on the trip to San Sebastian and Porto and Madrid and the north of Spain. And then he's going to Sweden with another buddy who we actually shot some homebrew flight videos with. He's an older gentleman with a beard, kind of looks like Beetlejuice and Ron Jeremy had a kid. And they're going out there. And I just talked to Donnie, the guy who's kind of spearheading this trip. And I was drinking last Wednesday. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to buy a ticket. And it probably wasn't the best course of action, but I don't regret it. So we're kind of just going off their vibe to Stockholm. And then they're going to go to Finland and Estonia. And I recruited a buddy, and we're going to go to Berlin, which I'm cool either way. But I really want to go to Prague. If I were to go to Germany, I would rather go to Munich. But it's still going to be cool to go to Germany, to just be in Germany.
Is that the first time you've ever been to Europe?
No, I went when I was 23, Madrid and England for 10 days. And that was one of the coolest things I've ever done. And that was before social media. So I don't have too many pictures from that. I mean, that's like 5 external hard drives ago. But there was remember before the iPhones came out, there was a couple of years where point and click cameras were really popular. Like in between smartphones and MySpace, there was a window where everybody had a Kodak or a Canon or those were the 2 big ones. Yep. And I was shooting on that, and it was like a $500 camera, and you buy I don't even know if it was gigabyte hard drives at that time. It might have been megabytes, and you put the card in there, and then you would upload it to a computer and then put it on an external hard drive. It's around somewhere, but will be cool because I'll be able to document this trip a lot better.
That's cool. It sounds like good content for the YouTube channel too. You can probably figure out a few videos to make over there, right?
Definitely going to be 2 videos. Definitely going to be 2 videos.
2 videos.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to probably cut it up into Germany and then Czech Republic. And Berlin, Stockholm, this is my college roommate. We're sharing a room. It's going to be kind of weird. There's very few people I could probably do this with. He's one of them. And then Berlin sucks for Airbnbs. All we could get was a place that's got a bed and then a sofa. So we're doing rock, paper, scissors for that, or you get it one night, I get it the other night. And then in Czech Republic, we're living good. We got a rooftop terrace with 2 rooms and an upstairs and a downstairs, and we'll make it like seem we're on the original season of Real World from 1991.
Awesome, man. I'm excited for you. That sounds fun.
Today we're going to get banned from a country. I am so down, Alias. What's going on, Braj? Parking on your chin 169. Come on down! Frankenclaw system. That's exactly right. CH, yours is super quiet. How's the audio now? We doing okay? Alias got a good mic. If he wants to come on here and Matt's cool with it, we'll get him on here in a little bit. Yeah, that's cool.
It might be good to have a backup anyway, just in case I go out, right?
True. And this is Matt. For those who are here, we got 30 people viewing. This is Trouble Brewing with Matt Ushman. We've got a link in his description. He just spiked 1,000 subscribers. He's putting out content. Good job on that pseudo lager video, Braj.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it was I've been trying to do the weekly thing, but recently, as of like 2 weeks ago, I kind of calmed it down.
Yeah.
I've been doing a weekly upload probably for like 6 months. And I'm starting to get burnt out.
Yep.
And I was talking to my wife, and I'm like, this is starting to become not fun. So I'm gonna slow down because I don't want to get burnt out. So I'm probably gonna upload. I want to say probably half that, maybe once every 2 weeks now. But
that's a good strategy because you might if you get burned out on YouTube, you might get burned out on homebrewing as well. So work at your own leisure, man. So don't
exactly.
And it's tough. It just takes a while. And YouTube is however you want to treat it. You want to do it for fun. You want to peddle a little merch. You want to do the GoFundMe thing or the Patreon thing. And I get it, man. I'm always burned out, man. So that's why I love doing this. And these are my favorite nights of the week, man. We got Masso in here. Masso just became a measure of Braj Army. Cheers, Masso. Good to see you back.
Cheers.
Yeah, this is cool. You can just click this on. We could shoot the shit, drink 6 beers or 60 beers.
Love it, man.
And I don't have to.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
I've been hearing BrajCon. Is that going to be a thing?
We're trying to make it happen. Patrick Sandy
Really?
hit me up earlier in the week and said there was something going on in Nashville. But as of now, I know that Homebrew Con is still in Pittsburgh this month. I think it's June.
Oh, holy
Masso!
cow. Okay. Well, that will be interesting.
Is there anybody going? Is there anybody in the chat that's going to Homebrew Con? So
I was thinking about it, but
it's $400.
It's a lot. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the problem, right? Is I don't know why it's so expensive. Because people already have to drive or fly and get room, and now you have to spend another few $100s. It's like, this is going to turn into $1,000 weekend, and I don't. It sounds fun and all, and to watch people talk about beer for the weekend, but I'm drawing the line somewhere, and it's way before that price. So
you got to figure everything's $400 if you're by yourself. If you're traveling within the nation, everything is about $400. So the ticket's $400, the flight's going to be about $400, and the Airbnb is going to be about $400.
Sure.
The Airbnb you can cut in half. Plane tickets you cannot.
Right.
BarageCon tickets you cannot. So if you're Airbnb, you might save a little bit of money, but for $400 to see the only person I recognize on the panel is John Palmer. Everybody else is a teacher. They've got a brew college. It's nobody that you would know unless you went to that college or were interested in going to some extracurricular, maybe not beer college, but like a night class type of professors that are going to show up. And I just don't care at all. And I want to get drunk. I want to party. I don't want to go there and a guy tell me about alpha acid content.
You got to bring your notebook, right?
Yeah, I don't want to do that at all. I want to party.
It doesn't want to feel. Yeah, you don't want it to feel like work. And it really comes down to this: like, would you rather spend $800 on like the craziest piece of gear ever, or go to, Homebrew Con? And for me, like, I would probably rather just get a nice stainless steel fermenter or something like that than go.
There's a lot of things. Obviously, the price. I don't think anybody really cares who's on the panel. It would be cool to see John Palmer. I think we've all read his book or attempted to read some of his book.
Saw clips of it. Yeah.
Or read chapter 1 40 times like me.
Right.
$400. And then there's the COVID thing, which rubs a lot of people the wrong way. It's like, what, you're going to pull out the COVID card? Is the Vax card really going to be a thing? We got it 18 months ago. Is this still? So that's going to rub people the wrong way. But I think ultimately it's just going to come down. And I don't think Pittsburgh's that cool of a city. No offense to anybody, but I think that people would prefer.
I've never been.
I just think people would prefer it in Asheville, San Diego, Bend, Portland more of a well-known beer city. Pittsburgh. I mean, what are you gonna where are you gonna host it next year? Detroit. I mean, if we're gonna spend some money, let's go to a place that's a little bit more desirable. Right. So I'm not going.
I was thinking about it, but again, the price kind of spooked me. So
$400. And the thing about any con, when you buy a 3-day festival, nobody wants to go on Sunday. Saturday's the pulse. They're kind of just selling you on a 3 or 4 day thing, but you only really need to go to one day. And I've never been to GABF, but I've heard after Saturday everybody's like, I want to go home. Everyone's hungover, and I can't do that. I can't go on a 4-day bender. I could barely do the happy hour back-to-back nights.
Right.
So
I feel you.
Yeah, so we're hanging out tonight, everybody. What's up? It's Rec, Artillery Channel. Zach Pearson in the house. Portland, Maine. I would love to go to Portland. Me and Aliaz have talked about that.
Maine sounds cool.
Yeah, it's Rec. It's Pittsburgh where the Homebrew Con is happening. We've looked at that. I am going to go visit Gnome and Aliaz and Just Brewing. There's a group thread on Instagram, and we want to go and visit Steve, Boston, Rhode Island. They're pretty close. We were going to go up there, and we were talking about Portland, Maine. A lot of people don't know about the Portland, Maine one.
Portland, Maine. Because Apartment Brewer, he lives in Maine, right?
He's back in Boston now.
Boston,
but he was bouncing around a little bit. Hey, I got to give a shout out to Party Time Brewing. We were supposed to do a collab. He had a wedding here in Nashville. I had it written down on my calendar, and then I got drunk a week later, and I bought a ticket to Europe. So I owe him one. So if there ever is a Maine, yes, party time is involved in that. 100%.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, he probably could drive.
Sorry about that, James. Yeah, he's got the emojis going. So this is Trouble Brewing. We've got nothing going on tonight. If anybody wants to come on, we're drinking beers, we're hanging out, we're shooting the shit. If anybody can subscribe to Matt's channel, that'd be rad. There's ways to. I'm making a video right now. It's going to be the next video where I'm talking about channels, and there's just better ways to support YouTubers and stuff like that. And a lot of people don't want to commit to a $30 T-shirt or a mug or something like that. But anybody who uploads, I just send them $2 or $5, and maybe you can get a little trend on that, because that's a new YouTube feature that they just unlocked for, I think, channels under 100,000, which is all of us, so, except for Clawhammer.
You're right. Yeah, the big wigs.
Yeah, and just to get a few extra bucks can motivate you to start writing and filming again and keep channels around, because there's just a lot of homebrewing is just I don't know. It's definitely not as popular when I first got into homebrewing. It seems like
it's like a 1 to 2 year cycle of, like, if you're doing the content, in about a year, you're going to get a whole new batch of faces. And then those faces will go away next year.
Absolutely. That's 100%. If you go back and look at your older videos, I've been in the game a little bit longer, but it's nobody that's commenting on your most recent upload. And it's funny because I drive around and everybody's hiring. Nobody wants to work anymore. I thought that was a California thing, but it's everywhere.
Oh, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no way anybody would homebrew anymore. People aren't even working anymore. And homebrewing is working for free. So we got to keep going. Brewing. Beer just promotes beer, I think. People brewing gets people more to breweries, checking out stuff, opening breweries, watching our videos. Yeah. Beer just pushes beer.
There's a big misconception out there that homebrewing is hard. I literally, in like 1 week, the last week, I was at a party with some neighbors. I was talking to a guy about homebrewing. He's like, oh, I tried that. It was really hard. And I just did a thing this morning. Kid's like, oh, yeah, that looks like the hardest thing ever. We really have to break this misconception that homebrewing is the most difficult thing ever, because it's as easy as it's ever been to get into homebrewing, especially with these new electric systems, brew in a bag. So that's going to be my focus, is just trying to not make it seem too complicated, because it really isn't. It's not a complicated hobby. It's as complicated as you want it to be.
But I think there's more work than the naked eye. When people brew, everybody's got this dream that they want to open up a brewery. Everyone's got the Willy Wonka chocolate factory. God, that would be rad if me and my buddies open up a brewery, just a neighborhood bar, and then you brew beer, and you're like, damn, okay, that took a long time. And that was a long time to clean up. And if you have a bad batch, you're probably not going to brew for a while. Maybe not ever again. Right. So I think you got to kind of make a good batch within like your 3 to 5 first times, or else you're probably just going to quit, and you probably should quit.
Yeah, it's cleaning, man. I feel like the only way, knock on wood, I haven't had a bad batch yet. I've been brewing for around 9 years. Nice. But I want to say it's because I'm very anal when it comes to cleaning and sanitizing. So that's like yeast health. I mean, literally everything. Your mash efficiency, that all goes. It's all second. It's sanitation practices. It's boring and it's not sexy to talk about. And it's not fun, but it's the most important thing. Especially for new brewers.
Did you watch David Heath's video when he actually brought people into his private life and showed where he worked, and he was interviewing his coworkers and stuff?
No, I wanted to see that. I haven't got. It's on my list. It's on my list of stuff.
Hey,
how was it?
Martin's here. It's a good video, and he talks about it. David Heath talks to the owner of his company. He said, brewing is up to you. It's up to you. Mm-hmm. It's like if you can make it as scientific as you want, you can make it as fun as you want. And I try to make it zero scientific. I just say however you get there is however you get there. You could have these $200 pH meters, pre-batch boils, 5.3. We had to change it, put lactic acid in. I don't really do that stuff because I want to focus on a faster brew day.
Yeah.
We got a super chat. What up, Lynn? We were hanging out, and we were hanging out earlier. Then I had to kick her out and come on and do the stream. Thank you, Lynn. That's for beer. And the Homebrew Challenge is in the house. Big shout out to Martin, who was on last night. That was fun. That was one of the few times we've gotten over 100 viewers. And there's going to be no more 1 p.m. hoppy hours. I don't like it. It doesn't work. If you're from England, Russia, you better be on at 4 in the morning because we're doing this 9 o'clock. We're doing this. What did we get on tonight? About 8:45?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good time. That's great time for East Coasters. Maybe a little bit earlier for the West Coasters, but what are you going to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
No, it was cool to see Martin on. I'm a big fan of his channel. Big fan of the whole shtick he did with the 1 beer a week. That's insane to me. I don't think I could ever do something like that. That's something that I would like talk about doing.
I love it.
But I would never do it. So it's, cheers to him because
Martin.
He's the man.
Did you hear
Did
you hear what he was saying for his next chapter 2 of his channel?
No.
What he's going to do?
No, what's up?
Try 50 beers in 50 different cities, which is awesome, which is my dream. But the bummer about that, for me, it's expensive to travel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You almost want you almost want to make it like a 3-month road trip or something and just get it all done.
That would be my dream. That would be my dream.
Yeah.
My neighbor across the street has this maybe 15-foot tops camper, and it's the perfect size. I could edit in it. I could sleep in it. I think you could just get a V6 Tacoma, and you could drive that thing up and down every grade. It's not that big. It doesn't look like it weighs that much. And I want to do it. I don't know how I would stream.
It'd be
tough.
Yeah.
But everything in the South, and then go out to Texas, and then go out to California and stay with. I've talked to my buddies who own breweries. I'm like, hey, can I park that shit in the back for a week? They're like, yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
Well, hey Martin, if you come to Detroit or Grand Rapids, let me know.
Sorry, I was kind of ripping on Pittsburgh and Detroit earlier. I forgot that you're from there. So,
dude, you're not the first person to ever rip on Detroit. I've heard my fair share of that. So you don't have to worry about it.
We got a super chat from Zach 8-Man Pearson. He's got the golden microphone. He's been on here and I've got the trained ear for it. It's sexy. One of those $500.
What kind of mic is it?
It's a Shure something. I don't know the serial numbers, but it's the one Joe Rogan uses.
Oh wow.
They're $500. Yeah. Martin.
Does he do YouTube?
He does a lot. Yeah, he does. He's got a YouTube channel. Check him out, 8-Man Brewing. But
8-Man Brewing. Okay.
Yeah. Martin has a good one. He's got the Rode NTG. Nikita's got a good one. Nikita films outside. SM7B. SM7B.
Oh yeah.
I'll get that one day, Zach Pearson. Thank you for that super chat, Braj. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you for Martin, if he's still in here, for coming on last night.
Yeah, I'm rocking the Audio Technica, which I think is your mic too.
Where's your mic?
Right? It's below here. I could pick it up.
It sounds pretty good because it's what about?
It's just it's a USB mic, man.
I had that one.
Yeah, that's all it is.
That's what, about $200?
Yeah, I want to say 150. Yeah, but around there.
It sounds good. I mean, you're what, about 2 feet away from it? I'm about 8.
Yeah, I'm about. That's the thing is I've noticed with these mics, you really have to eat the mic on these to make it sound good. Because if you're like,
you sound good.
4 feet away, it starts to sound like shit. So.
Yeah, you got to be up on it. Then you got to worry about saying everything that starts with the letter P because it'll pop and blow out.
Oh yeah. Every time I used to have a pop filter, but
those don't work. Mine.
That's the thing.
They never work.
Every
time I do my voiceover and something starts with a P, you've got to throw your mouth in another direction, or it goes into red really fast.
Yeah, I've noticed in my videos whenever I say P's, I have to like cut that and like turn down the volume really low.
Yeah,
it's annoying. But.
You need to get the preamp too. Zach, do you recommend that blue cloud filter one? Because I'm actually looking at that as well. Boost your audio so you don't have to talk as loud or direct, and I think it should pick it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's that next level stuff that I don't need for the channel.
Yeah, that's the thing is, especially with YouTube, and you may have noticed this, but I film with my iPhone. I do a lot of my audio with my iPhone. I try to keep it as low effort as possible. Because again,
iPhones are the shit, man. It pretty much put GoPro out of business. I used to have a GoPro.
Wow.
GoPro Pro. I never use it anymore.
Well, that's the thing
It's a
is I was
bummer.
looking at getting a GoPro for YouTube, and I was looking at the quality
No,
comparison, and it was like
no.
for if you're moving, like if you're, I don't know why I would be moving, but if you're moving, it's a really good shot.
Yeah.
But if you're just watching a brew day, it's like there's no point. I mean, you're gonna just use an iPhone, and it's just the same shot.
The image stabilization on GoPros is better now, but the one I
Yeah.
have, all I see is that. All I see is everything just shaking, and I could watch people's YouTube videos
Okay.
now, and it's a big red flag. I could tell
Yep.
instantly if they're using a GoPro.
Right.
So if you're outside and a GoPro's on a tripod or a mount, it's fine. But
Right.
other than that, unless you're going, obviously its whole selling point was that you could bring it underwater. That was kind of
Right.
the number one thing that it could do that separated it from
Can't you
all
do
the
that with iPhones
competitors.
now though too?
I saw a guy at the gym the other day. I was in the sauna and I hate when people are in the sauna and they play their music. There's just some asshole
Oh
people
yeah.
out there, and he was bumping
Yeah.
this Arnold Schwarzenegger motivation speech. I was like, dude, you look like such a kook right now. He didn't care.
What a tool bag.
What a tool. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
putting all
Yeah.
this orange creamer on him and stuff. He was jacked.
Nice.
I mean, I wish I had his
Nice.
body, but there's, I'm not going to lift weights.
A little
five-
obsessed with himself. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a grown man and you're shaving your chest daily,
Yeah.
I don't know. You're probably making, you're probably in competitions. You're probably competing for weightlifting
Yep.
stuff.
Yeah. I would hope so. If you're not, that's just really weird.
And he had his phone, and it was so sweaty and so gross, and he was scrolling on it, and I was kind of looking at it. I was like, dude, you can break your phone. He was like, no, it could survive this. I was like, it's wet and it's like 130 degrees in here.
Yeah.
I would not
So
be doing that with my phone, man. But
I wish I got the shot. I was doing some recording for a Green Glass video, and I dropped my phone in a 5-gallon container of Star Sand.
Uh-oh.
And it was probably in there, I don't know, maybe 5 seconds before I ran in and grabbed it. It was fine, totally fine. Audio worked fine, mic worked fine. I'm like, okay,
That's
this is
crazy.
great.
That's crazy. But if
Yeah.
you do drop your phone in there, what I've heard is you put it in a bag of rice and don't turn it on, because turning it on could connect the power and make it short circuit. But if your phone ever does
Yeah.
get wet, put it in a bag of rice.
Yep. No, that's a good call out. I didn't do that. I was panicking. I was like, oh God, I hope it's working. So
Well, good.
I didn't really think too logically, but
Well,
it's
good.
working, so it's good.
Losing your phone could be a big one. Losing your phone is. I was thinking about that today. If I left my phone, I don't know, all my credit card information. I pay with everything on my
Well,
phone. It would be a hassle.
yeah.
It'd be
If I lost my
a nightmare.
phone, it'd be the death of my YouTube channel because that's all I used to record with.
So what's your mic right now? Is this a computer built-in webcam?
Yeah. So this is just a Logitech
Same as me.
1080p little camera.
Same as me,
and
bro.
we probably got the same one we're looking at.
It's cool.
It works.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah, it works. So we got some new faces in the chat that I'm looking at. What's going on? Danny Torrance's Finger. Never rocked the mic with the pantyhose. Beastie Boys. It's one of my favorite albums.
Nice.
It's wrecked. Just had a corporate demo from another company, and every media person had that damn GoPro to record the meeting. Yeah, I
Yes.
don't know why people just wouldn't use their iPhone
Their phone.
15s. Yeah, it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
Right.
Darren, what's up, man? Much love to Theron. Hope you're enjoying your new job, man. What's up, Giant Beat? What's going on, man? Zach Pearson, need a good preamp too. Yeah, the Blue Cloud Nice. I have the Focusrite interface, which works great. We'll talk about that more after this, but I'm definitely in the market for that. So we're half an hour in, man. We're chilling. Are you still drinking that sour?
I'm about to run out actually, but
What's
something's up with my tap system lately. I just today. It's been working great until today. It started kicking a ton of foam. So I don't know if the kegs have way too much CO2 in them.
Bleed
But
it out.
what I bled one out, and I'm gonna probably try that one next to see if it's working. But something's not working.
So it started good. It started pouring it with proper
Well,
head retention.
yeah.
and
So
now it's over?
as of like yesterday, I mean these have been working for the last 3 months just
never had that
fine,
happen
but
to
they
me.
just started kicking tons of foam. So yeah, I bled a keg, so I'm hoping it's better now. But
Anybody in the chat? You got anything about that? If it starts pouring good and then turns into over pouring?
no foam.
Two Idiots
Yeah.
Brewing. Matt, love your DIY technical videos. What's up, Two Idiots?
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's those are fun. Those are a lot of fun to make. It's a lot of work to make those. I have two technical DIY videos where I work with electronics and try to recreate products that you would buy in the store. So like I have Play-Doh airlock that I DIY'd, and then the Play-Doh keg scale, the smart keg scales I DIY'd as well. So those are a lot of fun to make. A lot of effort goes into those. So I'm happy people enjoy those because by far those take the most time to record and make.
Do you vouch for the Play-Doh stuff? They've hit me up with a few emails, but I can't stand people that are like, hey, we'll send you something to make a free review video. It's like, no.
Yeah, so I would if Play-Doh approached me, I doubt they would because I remade their products for people to make themselves. But
Okay.
if they did approach me, I would probably take it because it's hard for me to turn down like free gear. So, but there is a problem with taking that, and that's because it's kind of hard to be you're biased now with your review. So you're going to be sugarcoating it, even if you think you're going in unbiased, you're still biased.
Salesman.
So those are always tricky.
Yeah, they're tricky too, and I have fun with it too. There was a brand that hit me up this morning, and it was the stainless steel ice cubes for whiskey, 304 pass faded stainless steel, and
Weird.
they were like, "Hey, we'll send you up to 5 free samples if you dedicate a video to for our product." And I was like, "Yeah, 30-second plug is $55,000. Sorry, yeah, let me know if you're still interested." It's like I can't make that video. I can't.
Well,
make
that's the
that
thing
video.
so it'd be different if you were a whiskey
2 easy
channel.
payments of 20 grand. Yeah.
If you're a whiskey channel, I'd be like, okay, I see you taking it, but like your focus is beer and sometimes food, right? So to just randomly throw a whiskey and oh yeah, by the way, I'm plugging these whiskey cubes, it would look kind of like, oh, he's just taking the money and running. So, which for me, again, I don't judge people when they do that because I get it, especially if you're using this as a form of living. But it can look bad to
It
some
can look
people.
bad, but you would have to do it the way you'd have to do a parody and make fun of, pretty much rip off the sketch from Wayne's World. I'm getting a headache. Oh, try this. Ibuprofen. They're all wearing Dominoes and Pepsi, and they're talking about people selling out. You'd have to incorporate that into the bit, and I wouldn't even. I don't know. I'm not gonna make the video. I'm not gonna make the video, man.
Yeah.
If it bleeds, you can kill it. All kegs foaming at same time. David Dempster. He's talking to you, Braj. What up, Dave Dempster?
What's going on?
Back off,
Yeah,
child.
they're all bleeding. They're all issues. Same issue.
Are we good on audio now? Me and Matt? High, low?
Wow.
All right, I'm going to drink a beer. This was good, though. Shout out to Bold Rock Hard Cider Seasonal Watermelon. It's light. It's refreshing. It's from Virginia, North Carolina, I think.
Yeah. Shout out to my ISP who hasn't kicked me off the Wi-Fi yet for the second time.
Yes, sir. 4.7. This is your what? Third time on? Third or fourth?
I think. Let me think.
You
I
came on-
think it's fourth.
You came
I
on
think
with
it's
somebody
fourth.
else before. It was me, you, and Noah.
Yeah, there's two of the times I did just
Nice.
you and me. This is the second time. The other time it was like Party Time, Gnome.
Party time.
I want to say Genus was on too, but it was kind of like the tail end of it.
Yeah, me and Peter get pretty wild. His wife is awesome, man. His wife is so damn cool.
Oh yeah? Well, I feel like you'd have to be super cool if your husband runs a brewery. Because that's a lot of time.
One of the first times Peter came on, she brought him another 6-pack.
Oh, very nice.
Maybe he was at his house and she went and bought a 6-pack for him. But yeah, she's awesome. Peter's the man.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I want to
That's
visit
really-
Peter
yeah.
too. If Martin's still in here, you got to put that on your list. Spokane. Seattle's a ripoff, but if you go over to Spokane, everything's about a third of the price. If you're in the market to buy a house.
Right.
All right, Trouble, we're going in. What do I do? Do I do Radler, IPA? So we get silly with an IPA or a hazy?
Ooh. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hazy. Do a hazy. Sounds good, man. That's what I wish I had right now, but I don't. So
Tropical fruit sour. All right. Rising. People might know this one. What up, Eric Nelson? Martin's yeast tube tutorial. I'm definitely chopping that video up. I did not know you could freeze yeast.
I do not. Is he talking about like reusing yeast, like cleaning it and reusing it?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it last night. a lot of commercial brewers will reuse you have to reuse your yeast
of course
on a commercial scale.
Yeah,
because it pitches
for commercial. Yeah,
it's hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
So they reuse it. I know Maury does it up to about 13 to 15 times. Martin, instead of reusing it, he'll save the first batch and freeze it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you could only use yeast like 4 generations, like 4 times.
That
but
was
15 times.
That was probably written in a book maybe 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Freeze that shit, man. Austin Powers.
Don't they sell like yeast propagation systems now for breweries to like keep their strain alive?
Yeah, maybe.
Their house yeast or something? I don't know.
All right, Matt, this one's for you, bros. We're doing Highland Brewing, Asheville. Asheville's oldest brewery aside from Green Man. Maybe it says the oldest brewery.
Sounds good, dude.
Rising...
Hey, I'm gonna go top off real quick. I'll be right back.
You are. What up, Chrissy? Anybody seen Prost with Peter lately? No, I have not. He's got the YouTube blues, man. He's got the YouTube blues. I know he's working. He's a commercial brewer. He's working his ass off. But I wish him well. Peter was a good dude. He was on here a bunch of times. We did the Cinco de Mayo one. We were taking shots and shit. That was all good. Or all bad. I don't know. All right, so they went with it. I'm always looking at marketing. I'm always looking about clickbait. Rising Haze IPA, and underneath that, freshly unfiltered. Obviously, hazy is a more popular word than an IPA or unfiltered, correct? That looks good.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Hazy, like if you were going to do a hazy IPA, if you're going to sell it at a tasting room, would you call it hazy, an IPA, or unfiltered? It's got to be hazy.
Hazy would sell way better than unfiltered.
It's got to be. And the same thing that rolls over to shit we buy, stuff that catches our eyes, is the same as YouTube thumbnails. So if you were to make that video, definitely put hazy on it.
Oh yeah, the hazy video was actually my most popular one until I did a recent one, Kvike Galaxy IPA that blew it out of the water. But hazy's it's the same idea with breweries though. It's like you slap hazy or slap IPA on it, people know those names.
Oh yeah,
and you know if you
later party time,
if you put like Doppelbock on something, nobody's gonna know what that means, or like 2% of your people coming in will know what that means.
Dunkel,
so you know, a Dunkel, 2%. So it's safer with the.
You know what's funny is I was at a brewery the other day. I was at Oakwood. It was a great place. They only do sours. If anybody's ever in Knoxville, check it out. Great kitchen, really upscale place, and good for the price tag. They only do sours, but there's some third-party beers in there. And the first time I've seen it on a menu, they put Kvike on the beer. Because usually, water isn't marketable. Grain isn't marketable. Yeast isn't marketable. It's only hops. Mm-hmm. You put West Coast, you put Mosaic, you put Simcoe, you put Amarillo. Yep. But this is the first time I've ever seen yeast in the description. There's 3 words right there. And they put Kvike in there. I was like, damn, that's becoming a household name, I guess.
I still can't believe that people would know what Kvike or Quake is. That would blow my mind.
Nobody would know unless you were a brewer. Which is nobody. Nobody that goes into these establishments. What is it, 0.01%? But I saw it. Yeah. I mean, good for them. That's cool. I think it's cool. Everybody's selling Kvike. Good for Omega. Good for Chris White Labs. Still want to go to the White Labs in Asheville, North Carolina. I've been to Asheville twice. Yeah, I haven't gone there. I've seen Chris. I've never talked to him. He's a doctor or scientist. He's a nerd, but he's the man.
They actually don't they serve beer out of the White Labs facility?
Yes. And I talked to the head bartender there one day. I went in there right when Kvike was coming out, or London Fog, and I drove down there. Me and my buddy Mike, who owns Culver, we did the Kvike video 2-3 years ago. And I was drinking their beer. I was drinking White Labs beer. Just a couple taster flights or something. I was like, damn, this beer's really good. This beer's really good. And I was like, why don't you guys distribute? Why don't you guys get in the market? Right. And the bartender was like, that would be the dumbest thing we could ever do. Because if we did, we would compete with every single one of our clients because they sell, White Lab sells to about 1,000 different breweries.
Yeah.
So now you've got beer coming out. You're like, I don't know if I want to go with you guys anymore.
That's true.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. I was thinking like, oh my God, that'd be the world's best marketing campaign because if you make good beer and it's marketed White Labs, people are going to know the White Labs name.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, you're right. There's a conflict of interest there.
Your clients just became your competition, which is never what you want.
Well, and also, they're doing so well. Why would you throw something in on the mix?
Right.
Just focus on what you're good at and just keep it at that.
If anything, I would open up a couple satellite tasting rooms. I would get a couple more non-production places, especially in San Diego, get it closer to the coast, Pacific Beach, Ocean Beach, be on the 101, but don't distribute. Don't put it in a bottle. Don't put it in a six-pack. Don't put it in a bomber.
Right.
Yeah, so.
That's super cool, though.
Yeah, White Labs is the shit, man. I mean, I don't know too much anymore because the homebrew store out here is pretty whack, especially for yeast. Mm-hmm. If you want yeast, it's just like the Safe Ale 04, 05. They've got all the hops.
Dry stuff.
Yeah, but she doesn't have the good liquid stuff.
So what's your go-to yeast? Like what brand do you shop with?
Vodka.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The dry?
I like it. It's on Amazon. I could plug Amazon.
Yeah.
I get a little kickback from the Amazon affiliate, even though it's not as good as it used to be. I think I'm doing it wrong, or Amazon went shittier on their margins. I like the Vodka yeast, I think, more than the dry Lutra.
Oh, okay.
Who just made a video with dry Lutra? Trent.
I made a few. I'm a big fan of Lutra, so I have like 3 or 4 videos of Lutra.
I do want to do a video. I didn't want to say this last night. I'm not saying Martin would steal my idea. Martin, you still here? But I don't care. Make the video. But I do want to do a video where I want to do a split batch, and I want to do dry yeast versus liquid yeast with Omega Lutra. Yeah.
Yeah, their Lutra dry is supposed to be identical. It's kind of crazy to think that you could have something that you could store for so long.
Best way to know about beer is a blind taste contest. The best way by far.
Oh, no doubt. Mm-hmm. No doubt.
Wooden Robot in Charlotte. Masso, Cat IPA. You got a cat moving around back though.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, he was freaking out, so I just let him in because he was just going to meow the whole time if I didn't let him in.
Pondwater Jr., what's your thoughts on breweries charging restaurant prices in the tap room? I can't stand it. And there's a brewery in Carlsbad that charges way too much money. Carlsbad Brew Co. It's just weird. You're at a tasting room in San Diego and you're buying Pilsners for $8 or $9. I don't like it. That's why I love Battle Mage even more. Battle Mage IPAs, I think, are still $5, and they get the tax.
Yeah, I feel like $6 is like the sweet spot. I mean, I don't think I've ever...
For where it's made on site.
Right, yes, correct.
Yeah, it should always be cheapest at the brewery, unless you're stone and you can kind of get away with it. That's a good question, though. If I had a brewery, and it would probably be a business park, inland, I would want that to be the cheapest.
Well, you want it to be the cheapest, but at the same time... I mean, it's the tap room where you make all your money, so you got to be careful. Don't go too cheap.
All right, should we get Aliaz in here? Aliaz, you ready to get brutal?
Yeah, they can go in.
All right, let's get him. Aliaz, let's go to this, and we're gonna go to add friends. Yeah, your Logitech's kicking ass. What kind of light are you rocking?
It's literally just a light bulb, like on a stand.
I mean, your camera's only as good as the light.
It's just a light bulb.
Where's Aliaz? Here's the chat. All right. We got this over here. We got trouble. There he is. There he is. What's going on? He's wearing the Barrage t-shirt. What's up, you Barrage? What's going on, man? Ollie, can you hear us? It's doing the damn thing again.
Yeah, let me mute YouTube real quick. There we go.
Here, we're going to do it this way.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, hell yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Have you guys ever come on at the same time before?
No.
I don't think so.
All right, this is Ollie, a.k.a. Brown Men Brewing on Instagram. Darren, can we get a plug?
Nice to meet you, man.
How's it going, Matt?
Well,
You're also in Texas too, right?
No, I
No,
wish
you're
I was. Michigan.
We're
Michigan.
brajing.
Oh, okay, yeah, nowhere near.
We're brajing.
No.
You're out there. Who's all in Texas? You, Beast, Justin, Juss.
South Dog. What was it?
Yeah, Sunset Hound.
Sunset Hound.
South
Yeah.
Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh.
South Dog.
South Dog. South Dog IPA.
Should change his name.
Well, welcome, Aliage. Cheers. What are you drinking, Braj?
I got the Fruity Pebbles
Nice.
Pale Ale.
How is it?
Fantastic, dude. It's like I really get this aroma and the taste of like the Fruity Pebbles.
Nice.
So it's pretty much the same as Justin's recipe, but I added a bit more Turo, some
homebrew.
acidity malt, and then also I didn't do the vanilla that he did because I was just like I felt like it'd play too much with the frosting that's already on the cereal. So I didn't want to like mess with that. And I think I dry hopped much later than he did with the Fruity Pebbles.
You're just missing one part, dude. You got to film it and put it on YouTube.
I know. I
was
posted
gonna say.
that reel today on Instagram.
Oh, I got to look at it. I haven't been on Instagram all day, but I'll dive in right now or after this, man. But I'm glad you're on. Are you 100% back from being sick? Because I knew you were under the weather traveling to.
Yeah. When I got back from Atlanta, I was like
Atlanta.
not feeling too good, and then
Was it the C word?
now
Cunnilingus? Was it? The C
No,
word?
I took 2
Cauliflower?
tests and it was negative for both. So I was like, all right, definitely not that. It was just like probably just too much drinking, eating junk food, and no sleep. Like,
Welcome to my world. Welcome to my midweek. Sick, man. Hey, much love, Darren. He's plugging you in the chat.
hell
Alihaz
yeah. Thanks,
Mohammed Brownman Brewing Instagram.
So do you want to make a YouTube channel at some point, or are you just staying
Hell
on Instagram?
yes, hell yes. You guys are the same age, right?
I'm 29.
You're 27.
Pretty much. Yeah, I'm 28.
You're 28. Yeah.
Ah.
God, I wish I would have started my YouTube channel 3 years earlier. Time is everything. It's everything. Yo, turn your new guy down. He's overdriven. Okay, we've got. Let me go to audio out really fast. Is that your
Is
new
there something-
microphone, Alias?
Yeah. So
Can you turn the input down a little bit? It's on the back. I know exactly how to rock that mic. So look at input and just turn it a quarter way to the left. Thank you, Pond Water. Thank you, Pond Water.
is that gain?
Yeah, gain or input. Gain's what picks
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
So to the left. Okay.
To the left. To the left.
Is that better?
It sounded good to me on the first time, but we'll see really fast.
You guys sound the same levels, so
What do you have
Is it
headphones
good?
on? Alias, do you have pods?
Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
Your
Okay.
earphones.
Right on, Braj. Yeah, so we're in a group chat too with Gnome. I want him to put out a YouTube video making some of that meat he's been sending us on the smoker.
he's been smoking.
yeah.
Gnome's on a good one right now with food.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Has
he
he
was
been
making
uploading?
like smoked chili and everything. Like
What was that?
it looks
What was that
bomb.
ball he made? What was that?
So it was
that
just like a
shoulder
ball
or
of
butt?
like. So no, it was actually just a ball of ground meat that he was just like smoking above like a iron casket, like iron skillet
Yeah.
with
Cast iron?
just chili in it. And so he was like letting smoking both the chili and the meat,
Yeah.
and then letting the juices just drip into the chili kind of thing.
Nice. Yeah, it looks good, man. I want Gnome to put the food videos are tough to pull off, but it's still cool
Yeah.
to
If I ever do
Everybody loves
YouTube with
food.
like brewing and stuff like that, I'll definitely like throw in like the barbecue stuff that I do on there for sure.
You know food. Gnome knows food. I don't have room for food. My house is. I was hanging out with Lynn today earlier, and I was like, dude, I don't even have a place where I could put a shed. I really don't. My lot I'm on is so small, and it's on this weird hill. Can I put a picture in here? I'll send you guys a picture tomorrow. But I live in this weird spot, and I can't do. If I put a barbecue on my little balcony, that shit's going to get so cluttered so fast. I have no concrete outside whatsoever. even my grain basket up there and the propane tank and the burner, and I've got 2 buckets.
On the video, it looked cramped up on there.
It's cramped. Yeah, I could live in this house if it was flat and I just had just a little bit of a shed or a single car garage. I would live here forever. All I need is 800 square feet. It would be nice to have a second bathroom, but I don't have any friends in Knoxville. I don't have anybody really coming over.
How many bedroom you?
2
2 or 3?
2 bedroom, 1 bath. It's a beautiful house. It's a gorgeous house. It's a brand new remodel. I pay $1,500, and the bartenders where I go, they're like, dude, that's a lot. People in Knoxville used to pay like $800 for places, but coming from San Diego,
it's like nothing
I don't give a
for
shit.
you. Yeah,
it's nothing.
Right.
I can do YouTube full time out here.
That's pretty awesome.
San Diego, it was brutal. I was kind of living a lie. I was putting a lot of shit on credit, and I'm still paying a lot, but I'm living good. It's a great house. I just wish it had a detached, at least single car garage. Then it would be my man cave, Super Metroid, NBCing every night, chugging beers, brewing beers, putting up all the neon lights, stripper poles. But I don't have that. So all my cleaning supplies and stuff, I just throw it under my bed. I finally got a box spring, and underneath my bed is my garage.
Oh man.
Yeah. My rent in Tennessee.
At this point now, like I don't know what I would do without a garage. Like I couldn't live without a garage.
No,
you've got a
tons of
basement.
tools.
You've got a basement, and I've always made videos like top 10 things and top 10 this and that. You don't know that your garage is your number one best friend until you don't have one.
Right.
That's the number one thing in brewing. You're in the kitchen, you're pissing your roommate off, your wife hates you, there's messes everywhere, you're using the bathroom towels to wipe shit up. In the garage, it's like, nobody come in here. This is Dexter's laboratory. You can make it a mess.
I brew in my kitchen the whole time. Like I've been brewing in my kitchen the whole time.
Oh, good for you.
Do you have roommates or a girlfriend?
No,
nothing like
I
that?
I live by myself.
Okay, so that's cool because you could do whatever you want.
Right. Yeah, I've lived by myself for the longest time. So like that's why it's been easy for me. Like garage, I can't really do it because like I have all my car parts and whatever, and like it's I wouldn't want to mix like brewing and race car stuff like in the same area. Won't go well.
You get a 2-car garage?
It's a 2-car garage, yeah.
Do you own a house, Elias?
Yes.
Good for you, man.
I bought it 2 years ago.
You probably like
almost
doubled it, right? I mean, everything's.
It's almost it's getting close to double of what I paid at this point.
Braj. Good for you, Braj. We've got Jorge Castro in the house, man. Come on down. You bought a house when you were 26 years old?
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. I used a lot of my money, but it was definitely worth it.
Well, you've made a lot of money on it. Everybody has. It's crazy.
Yeah. Right.
Do you own a house, Matt, in Detroit? Or
I have a house in Michigan.
I'm a fucking loser. Nice. The day my 1-year lease is up, I'm going to buy a house, and it's going to be a house. It's going to be a place where it'll be bigger than this because I want people to come and stay and shoot videos, and my dad, and I want them to have their own private entrance. And I haven't worked construction in a long time, but I think I still got it. It's kind of like riding a bike, and I mean,
you'll remember how to do most of the
I've poured
stuff.
slab. I've done all this shit. I could pretty much do everything except I don't know. I wouldn't want to fuck with the main. Like I'll run Romex through a house, but I don't really want to mess with like digging your box. It actually goes out to the street. I would hire people for that. That's a big hole. That's a big trench you got to dig. I've done one of those too.
Lot.
I did one of those too. It took me a week because I think it's like 4 feet high. I remember digging this trench, and it was like the scene from Beetlejuice when they're digging up the grave. You're like hopping out of it, like jumping into it.
Damn.
But so.
I feel like if you're paying 15 right now, you should be able to definitely get a house, in that area anyway. So
the only thing my biggest regret is that I was just dying to get out of San Diego so bad that I could have probably gotten a 6-month lease if I was a little bit more patient, but they're tough to find. Every landlord wants to lock you in for a year. That's fine. That's fair. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But you also don't, 6 months is like, you don't want to move in, because I'm kind of settled in right now. And I've been here for 70 days. And then like in 6 months, you know, with 2 months left, you're like, I got to move out. I got to figure this out. It's like 6 months is kind of weird. Like you're in, you're out. That's a lot. That's a lot of moving out, moving in.
I mean, like, unless you move often and you don't have much shit, like,
I don't have anything.
that's fine.
I don't have anything.
Yeah. I mean, you put your whole life in the back of the taco, so.
In the back of the taco, yeah. So to anybody who is moving across the country, you want your tools, you want your computer, and you want a boil kettle. Other than that, you don't need 50 plates, 1,000 mugs, 20,000 t-shirts. You need like 3 pairs of jeans, 10 shirts, a toothbrush, 3 pots, 3 pans, 6 beer glasses, 1 coffee mug. It's gross when you move out and you're just like, what the hell? You look at this. Like,
oh yeah, you just see all the shit you haven't used or haven't touched, and you're like,
right.
This Disneyland t-shirt that was $80 I've never even worn. I can't even give this to a homeless person. I can't even give this to Goodwill. This was $120, man. The happiest place on earth. My ass. It's the most expensive fucking ripoff place on earth.
It is expensive. Yeah. I've been once.
Disneyland. Oh, they make money, man. All right, I'm going in. What should we do? Should we do
did I lose you?
No.
You're breaking up.
I'm breaking up. I'm the host. I can't be breaking up.
It was just you're too far from the mic.
I think you were too far for the mic to pick it up.
Okay, so we said we had a couple too many IPAs last night. That was cool. Last night we had 6 beers. We called it. I was a little bit hungover, but that was cool. That's it. That's
when did you guys start this? At what time?
Tonight or last night?
Tonight.
About an hour ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. 1 hour in.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Disney is the worst, and they make trash content. Mandatory beer check. We got to do an NBC for Zach Pearson. Maybe we get Zach on here a little bit too. Tequila shots, not last night. Here's a Sweetwater beer. I'm drinking an IPA with pineapple. I think pineapple's a big marketing tool. World
sounds good, dude.
It sounds good.
I think pineapple, grapefruit, and
pineapple's weird. It's a weird because you have to add so much to it. It's a weird fruit to add to beer. It's like blueberries.
Feel like a pineapple hazy something.
You think you feel like you need to add a lot of pineapple to get it?
You have to add a ton.
The flavor?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like the actual physical fruit. Like if you use the juice, I feel like not.
Oh, use
so
the
much.
flash frozen puree. Use the real deal
Purees.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is $25. It's $25. That could double your batch, but I would love to do that. All right, here we go. So we're doing Sweetwater. This is the big one out of, I believe, Athens, Georgia, right here.
Georgia, yeah.
Georgia. Couple.
I had some of their beer when I was there. It was nice.
Yeah, well, tell us about Atlanta, man.
Oh, dude, that trip was freaking wild.
I heard Atlanta's like the Chicago of the South.
I guess like this.
I heard it's
like
huge.
Atlanta's a huge city. It's huge.
Like 5 million people. There's no way. That's a lot of people.
That's a lot. I mean, wait, Atlanta population. Let's see.
I'm gonna go with 3 million.
What? 500,000? That ain't right.
There's no way.
That might be like downtown.
That might be downtown, not the metro area.
Not the metro.
Yeah.
Do the metro.
Charlotte says it's twice as much as Atlanta. There's no way.
4.6 million. There we go.
That sounds better.
That sounds about right.
Okay, I wasn't too far off.
Yeah.
What up, John McLaughlin? Sweetwater 420 strain. Definitely the best part you can get from any grocery store. That's a lot of zombies. Yeah, because you figure that Atlanta's got if they've got
one of the biggest
teams,
airports in the States.
Like good sports teams and big airports, they've got an insane population. Like Chicago, like O'Hare.
And then their aquarium. So we went to the aquarium. That shit is wild. Like it is huge. Like it looks like a big shopping mall inside. Mm-hmm. Like because of all the different sections and things like that.
This is a good beer.
And they have this one tank that has like big old manta rays and a whale shark. and
Ooh.
that was pretty cool. Like you would just see it swimming right above you, kind of thing, and it was crazy.
Sweet.
And they also serve alcohol there, so we were getting like mixed drinks with like double shots.
I'm
Turning
sold.
up at the at the aquarium, and
Where do
then
I
rode
sign?
those bird scooters around town and whatnot.
Nice,
And
man.
then we watched the Formula D race, uh, and as well too. So it was like Formula Drift, which is like professional drifting. These cars like make like 1,000 horsepower, burn through a set of rear tires in 2 laps, like, and they're entering sideways at like 110 miles an hour, like ridiculous speeds. And my friends like to gamble, and I don't really gamble, so I was holding all the money for the bets,
Uh-oh.
and so I was the money man. And I guess once I started drinking, I get hype as well too,
You get what?
and I started getting other people around us to start betting.
Oh, shit.
And I think like at one point I had like $200-300 of people's money in my pocket of their bets and stuff like that.
Have you ever been to a car? Have you ever been to a car show where you've been so close your eyeballs have rattled?
To a car show?
Or
Like
a-
I've been
what do
to
you
like an
call it?
NHRA like drag race event where
Drag
like
race,
the
yeah.
nitro cars,
Yeah, where you feel like
like
the windows vibrating.
like
and
literally
stuff?
like you have to hold on to your seat kind of thing because they
Yeah.
will like physically move you. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, I got a buddy.
Yeah, the
who's
cars
all-
that like so they make like 10,000 horsepower, and they rebuild the engine like every single pass. They go from 0 to 300 in like under 4 seconds.
Are those the
and a
ones where
quarter
they
mile.
put the parachute out at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got a buddy who does all that, and he's like, "Yeah, if your eyeballs rattle, it's a good show."
Yeah. Absolutely.
I don't know. I don't know if that means you're.
Like you literally feel your
close.
insides just vibrating.
Yeah.
Like, and so top fuel cars are like the craziest cars in the world. They're the fastest vehicles in the world. Like
Okay.
they go from 0 to 300 plus 300 miles an hour in a quarter mile in like under 4 seconds. Like
Crazy.
they're pulling like 5-6 G's just in a straight line. Like you pretty much black out for that like 3 seconds. And apparently like there was this one race I remember, it was a top fuel funny car.
Because they can't go
And-
long, right? It's everything's short lived. Everything's all a matter
Yeah,
of
yeah.
seconds.
They literally have to rebuild the engine every single pass.
Oh.
So like they tear down like brand new pistons, new crank, new rods, all of it, new heads, and then double check the supercharger, make sure all the fins are nice and sharp, and then put it back together, and then they go run another pass.
Jesus.
So they're like completely rebuilding these motors in like 45 minutes.
Sounds very expensive.
Yeah.
Oh
the
yeah,
most
for sure.
expensive
Anybody-
For sure.
anybody
Drag
who's got-
racing is stupid expensive.
I got a buddy who built a trophy truck. It cost him probably 10 years of his life and $100,000. And every time he came back from the desert, he had to rebuild that thing. It was such a rich
Yeah.
man sport. I was like, dude, you got to give this shit up and just get drunk and play golf with me. It's like every time he comes back, he's his own welder. He had a Corvette engine and a Ranger. It was a makeshift trophy truck. It wasn't like a real one, but it looked like a trophy truck. And
Nice. Like a
it's
pre-runner kind of thing?
pre-runners Tacoma.
Yeah, Tacoma, like Ford Ranger, things like that size.
What does pre-runner mean? Just the fronts above it's up?
So I remember it's stock body. You can do there's some stock suspension parts that you have to keep, but there's a lot of things you can still change underneath. And
We're cutting out. We're cutting out.
oh, am I cutting out?
We're cutting in. We're cutting out. Maybe because we weren't talking about homebrewing. Maybe Matt, are you there?
I'm there. I'm good.
All yours?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good. Maybe my YouTube.
All right, sorry, I keep bringing it to cars. That's my
No, that's
bad.
good. We're chilling, man. We'll get back a little bit into beer, but yeah, man, it's definitely.
Matt, is that your shirt that you've made?
Yeah, can we
Who,
promote
me?
some- Yes.
Yeah.
Can
Are
we
those for
plug it?
sale?
Yeah, I'll plug it.
Can we
yeah,
plug
this is
it? Can Theron
Chris
pl-
Chris yeah, Chris Vodka.
Chris Absolute Vodka?
Oh, he made that one? Nice.
Makes
Yeah,
them all, man.
yep.
Is Chris in here?
I haven't seen him.
I thought
but
I saw.
Chris Absolute Vodka. What's up, Hunger Force Beats? Cheers, fools.
So he
What up, you bro?
designed my new logo and 2 shirt designs for me. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna debut the new logo next week on
Right
Instagram.
on.
Like that.
He's very affordable. He's very
Absolutely.
communicative. He does this for a living. He's the goddamn man.
Yeah.
Chris Absolute Vodka.
Yeah, he was great, man. I didn't give him much, honestly. I gave him almost nothing. I said, I want video games and beer, like work your magic. And he came back with a bunch of stuff, and we ended up, working on like N64 inspired with hops.
Nice.
So it worked out because that's, I grew up with the N64. That's like my generation. So
Yep.
so that's nostalgic to me. So that's what he worked with. But I loved it, man. He came up with a bunch of cool designs.
I have the Donkey Kong edition N64.
The green one?
Yeah, the green, like the see-through green.
The clear one?
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
I'm jealous, man.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
crazy cool.
In all fairness, the N64 was definitely not as good as PlayStation 1. They were competing at the same time. But Nintendo 64 is a weird system because it had so many shitty games, but it's also got 10 of the best games of all time.
That's the thing, right? Is you got Super Mario 64, you got Legend of Zelda, you got
Ocarina, you've got
Super Smash. There's so many of them, right?
And then
Pokemon
after that,
Snap.
I wouldn't put that in top 10.
I know, I'm joking.
Smash?
Perfect Dark, Pokemon Snap, the one you take.
Oh,
pictures.
Snap! I wouldn't put Snap in top 10. No.
Yeah.
Golden Gun IPA. John McLaughlin knows what's up.
Oh yeah, GoldenEye, yeah.
But the way I look at it is that GoldenEye was the original Halo because the original Halo wasn't online. So you'd have 4 guys over, whoever had the biggest TV in the house, the tube TV. Sometimes you could get the port and do 4-player and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But GoldenEye.
Because GoldenEye was like your first type of multiplayer first-person shooter.
Yeah, and all the other ones were whack, like Wolfenstein and the ones where you're killing Hitler, Doom. It was kind of
yeah, Doom and all that, but those didn't. But yeah, they just didn't play as smooth as GoldenEye did.
No, GoldenEye was crisp. It was Rare who made it, who also made the Donkey Kong games.
Right.
Turok sucked. Turok had so much hype. I hated the Dinosaur Hunter game. Commodore 64, which later became, I believe, the TurboGrafx 16. Perfect Dark was awesome. Mario Kart 64, I still think is the best Mario Kart of all time.
That one is so good.
Yeah.
I love watching speedruns of it.
Dude, me
that
too.
one is really good.
I'm 37 years old, and the other day I was watching a speed run of Mario 64, and then I wanted to watch.
Did you watch like the 120 star run?
The 120-star run, because I always dip out.
Those are so good.
Dude, I'm over that game after TikTok Clock. After TikTok Clock, it's just too weird. You know what I'm talking about, Matt?
Dude, TikTok Clock is cancer, man.
It's cancer.
It's where it kills every run, man. I'm a big. I did the N64, the Super Mario 64 runs for a while, just 16-star. It's crazy, man. That's so fun to watch.
In my top 10 of all time. I'm a huge video game guy. I'm too old. I'll be a video game guy for life. All I do is listen to video game music.
Dude, that was one thing I really loved about your channel was like all the video game songs like in the background and stuff like that. I thought it was the coolest thing.
Thanks, and I love when people comment on that and they catch that because I listen because all the video game music comes from the smartest composers in Japan. Like we have Juilliard and we've got Berklee School of Music out here. All the people that work for Squaresoft, Nintendo, all the composers, they don't get the shine, but they are like the Beethovens of
and like
the Far
even
East.
with Halo, like Martin O'Donnell, those are so good. Like the Halo songs are phenomenal.
And it's pretty rare to be known as an instrumental guy. You know,
right.
So like people know of Danny Elfman, people know of Hans Zimmer. He's been around for 40 years. The guy's a goddamn dinosaur. But with video game music, you're like, oh, that's video game music. Video game music is the best music because it represents the emotion is the best.
There's a video I want to send you. There was this like
Siphon filter, PS1. It was awesome. God of War.
There was this guy who did like a documentary on like YouTube on like making music for video games and how it's the hardest thing because video games you're changing and you drive the story, right? With the
Right.
movie,
Right.
you know the plot of the story when you make the music.
Right.
But like things are constantly changing when you're playing a video game because you like, especially if you're like in a sandbox or an open area, like
Right.
you can choose how long you stay in an area or go and stuff like that.
Right. Everything you've ever heard in a video game, all the good video game music comes from RPG games from pretty much the Super Nintendo era. Like that's when every character had their own theme. That's when like I'm even playing Mario. I'm playing Mario 3 right now on Nintendo. I watched The Wizard last night or a couple nights ago. Do you guys know the movie The Wizard with the kid from the Wonder Years?
What year?
So.
What year did it come out?
It was a famous movie that came out in 1989 or 1990, but it came out right before Mario 3 came out, and people consider that one of the best video games of all time. I consider it the most overrated video game of all time because the levels are just way too short. But anyway, they used the same fucking song for every single level, and there's like 86 levels.
Yep.
No, that's Mario 2. They use that for every single world 1 through world 8. And I was like, dude, I can't get behind repping this game even in my top 10. But
You ever play Ratchet and Clank series?
I loved Ratchet and Clank. I loved Maximo.
PlayStation
That was PlayStation
2, right?
2.
PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think those games, so those like the first 3 games, I don't know the third game, but the first 2 games have phenomenal soundtracks. I love the soundtracks on them.
Listen to, I could send you guys some shit. You know what I love about YouTube, I'll be the first one to admit it. I steal a lot of music and I steal from people that steal from people. Sometimes I will ask because people, I don't know if you know the game Chrono Trigger or Final Fantasy VI, but if there's people, there's like great bands that turn that into jazz music, and it's some of the best music ever. And I can tell that this guy spent a year making this content. So I will hit him up and I'll ask them, and sometimes they say yes. Sometimes they want a shout out. That's all good. I don't know how they pull it off, to be honest, because I know sometimes you get flagged on Facebook, like covering songs. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing, but
there's a big gray area for it.
Big gray area, but they'll take these 8-bit or 16-bit or 32-bit or 64, and they'll turn it into some of the best music ever. And I'll play it in front of my dad.
They even turn it into like lo-fi and stuff like that, and it's really interesting.
Yeah,
like Pokemon lo-fi is like, I love that for when I'm just chilling and whatnot.
Who's got the channel where it's like 4-hour study time, and it's just like an anime person studying? And
I've seen that.
You know what I'm talking about?
It's a lo-fi stuff. Yeah.
And you're like, damn, like this is phenomenal, man. So I take that and I use every song I've ever used in the background. And every Homebrew for Life video has about 5 to 8 songs. It's all from a video game. Every single song.
Yep.
So last video I did top 5 homebrewing hacks. I can tell you right now, it's fresh in my mind. It was Double Dragon. Dun 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 dun. And after that it was Frog's theme from Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger is my favorite video game of all time. I think it's I can't stand when people compare it to Final Fantasy VI. And then it was
Chrono Trigger is like turn-based strategy, right? Like
yes, it's not action, but yes, it's not like you pick and choose the battles you go into. Final Fantasy, you're walking around, then it's like wah, 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 and it pulls you.
Now you're in a battle,
and a lot of people don't like that. But that's
so. I used to play a lot of Advance Wars.
Dude, on Game Boy Advance?
Yeah. Advance Wars 2 and 1, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Matt Russell, I've definitely played Chrono Trigger. Chrono Cross was definitely not a good game. It had a phenomenal soundtrack, and I liked that. There was a lot of beach stuff. There was one summer, going into my junior year of high school, we'll call it 2001, I didn't shower for a week. And every time I was going to shower or whatever, get wet, I would just go and surf and jump in the ocean by myself, and I'd come home every day and I'd play Chrono Cross. That's the story. There's no It's not cool. There's no punchline, but yeah, Chrono Cross. Because remember those PlayStation
The
1
end of that. So
well, remember those PlayStation 1 games that would be multi-disc, like 3 or 4 discs? Sometimes by the time you get on the third disc, you're like, dude, I can't take this shit anymore, man. But there was no social media. This was all AOL, Instant Messenger. There was no, maybe not even text messaging in 2001. Legend of Dragoon. Oh, yeah.
If you were texting, you had money.
I remember my dad sitting me down and was like, hey, you owe me $100. And I was like, what?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like 1,000 texts. Each one of those was 50 cents or 5 cents.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck.
5, 10, 15 cents. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes back then it used to cost you to receive and to send.
SMS. Yeah, SMS. Yeah, Legend of Dragoon was the shit. Legend of Legaia.
I'm gonna send you. So I have this playlist on YouTube. Tons of good stuff.
Okay.
Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy.
Yes, sir.
that sums it up, man.
Okay.
So I'll send you the playlist.
Mm-hmm.
Throw it in
send with you
the
alias.
Discord chat.
Throw in the chat.
Yeah, we'll
Throw
do.
in the Discord. Hey, hold it
Yeah, we'll
down,
do.
guys. Nobody go anywhere, but I gotta drain the main squeegel.
Yeah.
Baby.
Sounds good. That's good. So, what are y'all drinking tonight?
What are you drinking, homie?
I'm still working on the sour, man. So
Oh, okay.
it's funny because I've been liking like lighter beers lately, like 4%.
I mean, it's coming to summertime, so
Yeah, so I like light crushable beers. The sour has been it hasn't been going down as quick as I'd like it to be, but honestly tonight I'm really enjoying it. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
definitely crushing the sour.
what type
right
of
now.
sour?
It's a tart cherry sour.
Okay.
Tart cherries are like my favorite. So
Nice.
and my first kettle sour is like, well, I don't like sour beer unless there's fruit in it. So
Right.
So I wanted to do the tart cherry sour for my first
Ooh.
one. So it was good. It's expensive though. That's the only shitty thing. I have a green to glass video on it. And it was like over
Okay,
$100
I'll
for
check
the
it
keg.
out. I think I'm subscribed to you, so yeah. I'll
Oh, cool.
definitely check it out.
Right on. Yeah. Yeah, it's up there. It didn't do well at all. Like no one watched it.
Oh, really?
So-
Oh, no.
No, it was funny because I was like, oh, I'm excited to make. I got my pH meter like just for like making
For that,
sours, and I was like,
So
oh,
did you
people are
never
gonna-
take like pH for your mash and stuff like that?
No, literally, no.
Ah.
I literally started doing pH. I want to say like, yeah, maybe 8 months ago.
We need
I
one more
never-
person in here. Do we get, is it 8, man?
Party time. Get party time.
Party time already took off.
Oh, did
Oh,
he?
did he?
Yeah, he bounced like an hour ago.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a little bit less. We've been on for an hour 20. Where's Gnome? Where's the barrage?
Oh.
Oh,
I do gotta step away.
he had something
Chris
going on
Vodka.
today.
Can we get Chris Vodka in here tonight?
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
sweet.
Chris, we were just talking about you. Chris or
Let's get Chris.
8 man?
I'll be right back.
I've always wanted to talk to Chris so many times. Because because working with him and everything.
Hell yeah. He's got a good setup too. Yeah, maybe we're talking about too many video games tonight, man. But when we get off here, I want to send me everything that's good, and I'll send you everything I'm obsessed with too. I was never like a Japanese animation guy.
Yeah.
Never into anime as much as you would probably think I would be. But it's man, junior Japanese RPGs, JRPGs, till the cows come home to roost. Zach Pearson's booked. I've got the kid awake right now. If I can get her down to sleep soon. Yeah, if we're still up, man, cruise on. Hell yeah. We haven't done an NBC yet, too. We got to do one for Zach Pearson.
I need to get a refill soon.
I've got a Radler. I've got a
What's a Radler?
grapefruit light beer. It's like 2% beers. It's kind of a weird thing to brew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you make that?
No, I don't think I could make it. It's just one of those things where if you were to make it, maybe just do a gallon batch or just make what's the BC
Well, I
Boys
feel like
song?
if you did a gallon batch at 2%, you just finish it in one night.
I'd finish it in 5 minutes. I'd finish it in
Yeah.
one NBC. Brass
Yeah.
monkey, brass
You just
monkey,
fill it in your growler and you have a good time. Like,
brass monkey it up. Yeah. Yeah, we got Chris
oh
here.
man, I really want to get a canning machine so bad.
What do you mean? Like October or
Either October or the cannular, whichever. Like,
Hey, I just heard
'Cause-
some shit really fast. Hold it down.
yeah. Oh, okay. Thanks. Four directions? That's the service, not in the keg. Gotcha. What's everybody drinking? What's everybody doing?
Hey, what's going on? I'm back.
Welcome back, good sir.
Did CH leave again?
Yeah, he said he heard something, so
Oh, okay.
so if we don't see him, maybe we call the cops for him.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. What are you drinking? I didn't even ask.
Oh, I was drinking the Fruity Pebbles Pale Ale. So
Oh,
I got
right.
the recipe from Justin Just Brewing,
Right.
his channel. And so, but I kind of just made my own tweaks to it on when I added like the
also
extra
on-
Fruity Pebbles and the dry hop,
We're
as
good.
well as like the grain bill a bit.
Right on.
What are we talking about? Were we back to beer?
Yeah, we're
Pebbles.
back to beer.
We'll do a video game podcast on
Oh.
another Homebrew for Life channel.
Real quick, and then we can get off video games. But we should definitely do a Mario Kart stream or something. That'd be fun.
Yes, and I know we'll do that on Twitch. I don't want to do that
Yeah.
on the Hoppy Hour. Maybe we could.
Okay.
Maybe
That'd be good for Twitch, yeah.
Do you guys all have Switches?
I do. Yeah.
I have
okay.
a Switch Lite.
Could that work? Yeah,
That
so
will
if,
work.
if you can get online, I can pull you in.
Yeah, I can get online
Yeah.
with that. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. We got Chris Vodka.
I just need to buy Mario Kart for it now. All I play is Pokemon on it.
You don't have Mario Kart?
I'm such a Pokemon like
Oh, geez.
Why do you
Mario
call
Kart's
it
awesome, dude.
Pokemon like my mother from '97? It's Pokemon. Let's go to.
because I grew up with brown folks who pronounced it that way.
We'll give you that. All right, we might have Chris Vodka in here. Chris Absolute
on.
Vodka. Yeah, man. When Pokemon, I just said it again, Pokemon came out, the blue Game Boy game
Pokemans.
with Blastoise on the cover, man. Audios, everything. Everybody's grades just went down one whole notch. If you were an A student, now you're a B student. B student, now you're a C student.
So have you played like how many generations have you played?
Hi, guys.
Is this Chris?
Hi,
Hi, Christopher.
Oh, there he is.
Come on down. Hold on.
guys. How's it going?
We've got your audio.
No
Let me see
video.
here. On camera. There we go.
Something's going on. There he is. What's
There
going
he
on,
is.
sir? Hey
The
now.
man, the
Mr.
myth,
Chris.
the legend.
Yeah. So this is the first time
Yeah.
Ollie Oz and Chris Vodka have been in here, man. Cheers, Chris.
Hey, cheers. How's it going, guys?
Good.
It's going good, man. It's going great. I think this is the most people we've had on the stream tonight, too. 45 people watching on the Streamlabs end. What are you
Nice.
drinking, Chris?
I gotta go grab it. I
you do.
made
Big
I'm drinking
Chris.
light, and so I have I made a seltzer with real orange juice and vanilla.
Nice.
So it's like an orange dreamsicle type thing.
Nice.
Sounds delicious. And while we're on the subject, if anybody in the chat hasn't checked out the Brew Show's new content,
I grabbed
it's
it.
got a peach cobbler hard seltzer.
Peach Cobbler, yeah.
Yeah.
That one looked really good.
Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit. We're trying to figure out if hard seltzers are as popular as they were 2 years ago, and I don't know.
I think making them not so much, but like buying them for sure. Like anytime you're at a pool, on the lake, or near any body
Oh,
of
man.
water, everybody's drinking a hard seltzer.
Yep.
I guess, yeah. It's got. I mean, what's their biggest competition for beer? Probably just Coors Light, Keystone Light. I mean,
Yeah,
if
just
you're
be light beers, yeah.
poolside beer, Lake Havasu
Yeah,
beer.
It's not going away, dude. I think seltzers are here to stay.
I think they're here to stay, yeah.
I don't
for
see
sure.
them as much as I used to, though. I don't see people
Really?
drinking them as much as I used to. I go out a lot.
So I don't think people like get them at like bars and stuff like that.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think it's
I think
more of
people
like
buy
a
'em from, like, the
college
grocery
crowd.
store and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
College football games and shit.
Yeah.
Pre-gaming. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going in for a Radler. We were doing IPAs last night. We're doing the one everybody knows.
I'm gonna go grab a beer real quick.
Steigl.
I just made a hard tea, and I actually uncarbed it, so I want to put it over ice, so I can have hard tea.
How was it? How is it?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I didn't initially when I dissolved the sugar.
That's sweet.
Like I brought it to a boil real quick, and then I dropped it down to 180 and just steeped like
Yeah.
6 gallons worth of tea bags in it for a little bit, but that wasn't enough. And so I tried it when it was done fermenting, and then it
Wait,
just,
Chris, can you
it
say that
was
again?
really
6 gallons of tea bags?
Yeah, like like they have the gallon-sized tea bags. I used 6.
I didn't know that.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And so it's like it didn't taste very tea-y. And so what I did is I threw 6 more. I basically dry hopped with 6 more of them for 2 days, and then it turned out pretty good.
Well, all right. I think the Brew Show's got some content on that. Did you use that video as a reference?
No, actually, one of the guys in my homebrew club makes a raspberry tea
Oh,
a
nice.
similar way, and that's how he kind of he's like that's what I do. I use a whole bunch of tea bags and I throw them in there, and then I'll dry hop with them. I'm like, okay.
Well,
It was a test.
Would you do it again?
Yeah.
That's how
I
you know
think
it's a
next
good
time
You
homebrew.
dry
I'm
hopped
gonna
with the tea bags?
If you would do it again, that means
Next
it's a
time
good
I'm
homebrew.
gonna use nicer tea. I'm gonna use like green tea or something. I just use I use like really shitty Walmart brand black tea because if it was gonna be garbage, I didn't want to spend a whole lot
Spend
of
the
money.
money, yeah.
Yeah, good thinking, but that's still probably nicer than the shit that you would see in something in circulation.
Yeah.
The bigger you get, the more corners you cut.
I definitely want to make a
Jorge
hard
Castro.
tea, like hard iced tea. Because I love iced tea.
Look at the Brew Show's channel. He's got
Yeah,
all
I
of
saw
those
his
options.
video on it, and I'm just like, oh, I need to make one.
It was cool to have Martin on last night because I remember that saw tea video. I remember thinking
That they did together, yeah.
because Martin had the same answer as I did. When we saw Trent's first video, I was like, damn, how do we collab? Because his video production is way better than the average.
It's fantastic.
It's fantastic. So I get that. And they made a Sahti, Sahti.
Yeah.
And Trent makes offshoots of things like that all the time.
Yeah, he does some of the
Graph?
random stuff.
Graph? What's graph?
That was like cider and beer together.
And then he's got videos that have like cactus and stuff in them. He's got a lot of things going on.
He's
So-
vegan, right?
Yeah, him and his wife are both vegan.
Wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
So I think that's what's created a lot of his creativity. Is because it's through like having to be creative with their meals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's how he's adding it into like beer, cider, and all that.
You know, Trent's one of the top guys at PETA for their video content. He's got a gnarly job. Some days he's got to film some really gnarly shit.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Trent's the man.
Huh.
Yeah. You all seen those crazy videos of stuff we don't want to see of
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Trent has to film those from time to time.
Ooh,
Wow.
Yeah.
that's rough.
And he's got the YouTube channel. Him and Martin are kind of in the same boat as far as putting out great produced content.
Yeah.
And they have really good 9-to-5 jobs.
Mhm.
And you're
Right, because YouTube's not their full-time thing.
No, and for YouTube to be your full-time thing, you really have to bang on the Patreon thing or the donations or the super chat.
Donations, yeah.
I can control the content. I know how many views it's going to get. I could promote the merch. I can say it. You know, you never kind of really know. The donations you can't control. You know, they come, they go, they come, they go, and that's fine. I never bank on anything. I kind of know it's going to be there, though, in all fairness. You know, it's been a thing for about a year. But I think Martin could do it. I mean, I tipped Trent $5 on his latest upload today. Anybody puts out a video, I try to tip them or super thanks them $2 or $5 or $10, whatever. I think Martin could, but I don't really think he's got any interest in doing YouTube full time. Yeah, I don't. And to each their own, you know. And I asked him that last night, and I said, you know, because I would think that you would have a YouTube channel to one day promote your own brewery. And Martin's like, no, never. Clawhammer is no, never. I'm whatever, 50-50. I don't like when people say never, because you never know. You know, like I don't like hard no's.
Yeah.
If something sounds good and it's right, you're still going to say no? Like, come on, man. Like, you got to be a little bit more vulnerable. But Martin was a hard no. And, Martin was talking about he doesn't even do social media and Instagram and Facebook.
Well, yeah, he
I
used
think
to have
that
an
makes-
Instagram, and now he got rid of it.
I've never seen it. I've been on Instagram for 4 or 5 years. I've never, I even follow Brew Cabin. I follow every.
So I used to follow. I remember
Brew
following the Homebrew Challenge, and then I was like, "Did I unfollow him or something?" And I can't find his account anywhere. So
No.
I don't think he blocked me.
No, he definitely
just
doesn't
deleted
have
it.
social media. David Heath doesn't do Instagram. He does. He's got a huge Facebook page.
Yeah.
Clawhammer's got a huge Facebook page, and
Oh, okay.
I called up Kyle the other day and told him he's blowing it because to get monetized on Facebook, you need 10,000 followers.
Jesus.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. I don't have that. I don't have even close to that.
I feel like that's easier to do on Instagram than it is on Facebook.
It's a different vibe. Facebook is like people over 40. Instagram is
Yes.
like junior high, just everything.
I think it's junior high to people over 40. Like,
Facebook there's a lot of good groups on Facebook still. There's a lot of good private groups. There's a lot of good homebrew clubs. David Heath's got a great page. But I was telling Clawhammer the other day.
I mean, that's how I know all of my drifting stuff is all Facebook.
Super chat. Been a minute, man. We got a super chat from MKU PCO66. Tip $5. Much love, bros.
Oh, yeah.
You want a shout out? We'll give you a shout out. We're here. We got Chris Vodka here, making me look even uglier. Anytime I'm next to Chris Vodka, man, look at that fucking haircut, man.
Dude, he's all cleaned and dappered up. Like,
looking dude
Dapper
in
Dan.
the community, man. Best looking
I'm,
dude.
I'm older than all you guys.
You don't look. I don't believe that you're. I know how old you are, but I don't believe it. But even if you are, you still look younger than me.
47.
no.
So we're all 10 years
Get the
apart.
fuck out of here.
You look good.
You guys are 20 years apart, and I'm the halfway point.
Yeah.
I know,
He looks
right?
way younger than fucking 47.
The reason this is so short, it's like the gray's seeping up this way.
Okay.
So purposely it's this short.
Brandon Chamberlain in the house, man. We got a little. We haven't done an NBC yet, have we? We got a little super.
No.
Chat.
Oh, hey, another shit.
We got another super chat train going a little bit, and while we're here, we're plugging Matt's channel. We're plugging all he has his Instagram. Chris, is there anything you want to talk about? Papa Vodka. I like that.
Well, if the few people that follow me on Instagram, I just.
What's your Instagram?
It's
Quast.
Lord Quast.
All right, let me pull you up right now.
And I just recently purchased a keg system.
Hey now.
I've been bottling for 3 years.
No way. You
I got
Jeez.
Oh, Chris, you're still rocking the same avatar. The V with the. I like that, man.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. You're private. You got to accept my friend request. I'm Homebrew for life.
I'll do that right now.
You don't have to do it right now.
No, it's my phone sitting there. I don't care.
Let me look at Alias. Okay,
No.
here's. Okay. Where's Gnome
So-
tonight?
He said he had something. That's why he wasn't.
Let's get
Because I had like joked around saying, well, hey, let's do a Thursday night one.
Have you seen the new Top Gun movie? I heard the new Top Gun movie is phenomenal, and I heard
It's
back.
good.
I heard it's back to '90s, kind of like how movies were made. It's not kind of forced PC culture in your face. It's just kind of
No.
straight up, like they did it.
It was definitely a bit cheesy for sure. But like that's very 90s though, right? Cheesy
Yeah.
stuff, right?
How did they incorporate Val Kilmer into this one? Because I know he had throat cancer.
It actually like his character has throat cancer in the movie.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. No more spoiler alerts. Okay, but I really do want to check it out.
I'll just say that, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Because you got to have the Iceman in there, man. If you got Maverick,
Yes,
you got to have.
he
the
does
other.
actually play a good role. Like,
Okay.
and when they do meet up, it's really good.
How does Tom Cruise look the same way he's looked for 40 years? I mean,
I know. It's insane.
It's Scientology, man.
Yeah.
No, but
Scientology IPA. Because even in Mission Impossible, that came out 20 years ago, he had to be 40.
Dude,
No?
isn't he like...
Yeah. 30 probably.
Chris Vodka, what do you think?
35.
I mean,
well, I don't know, like, honestly, but what's going to happen is in like 10 years, he's
No
going to
way.
age 20 in a year.
he's going to what?
That's what happens. What happens to all those guys who never age? They're going to, like, 1 year, they're going to age like 20 years. That you know, like that happened to Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman looked the same for like 20 years, 25
Right.
years,
Yeah.
30 years. And then all of a sudden, he looks old.
Is Gene Hackman
You know what I
still
mean?
alive?
I think so. But like a lot of those guys, like Harrison
Well,
Ford,
They
look
got to
the
be
same
at
forever.
least 80.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking,
Dude, Cruise is 59.
That's it? What's Harrison Ford? Because Star Wars came out in what, 77? And he was probably
Yeah, 77.
35, 40 in that?
Harrison Ford is in his 70s, I believe.
Harrison
Hackman's
Ford
still
is in his
alive.
200s. There's no way. Harrison Ford has got to be 89. Who's
Harrison
older?
Ford.
79.
And then
But,
Hollywood always lies about their age. They always subtract 3 or 4 years. So we'll put it on 83, 84 for Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford looked
Please.
like he was 40 years old as Han Solo.
Yeah, but then when he started dating Alec McBeal is when he started looking old again.
Ally McBeal. And he went through that Brett Favre phase with the silver fox and the weird earrings.
Yeah.
Some guys can pull it off and look cool. Some guys look like a grandmother. It's not a good look for a lot of people.
Yeah, Sean
Okay,
Connery
I can lose
was the
about
same
7
way,
years
though.
when I shave my beard.
Oh yeah, big
Easily.
time.
Yeah.
I can lose about like 10 years actually when I shave my
I could
beard.
lose 10 years easily.
Don't let that distract you from the OG Top Gun being about gay dudes, but it's Pride Month, so let's party. I have no idea what that means, but let's fucking roll with it. But I did hear about Top Gun is that Goose's kid plays a role in this. True or false?
Yes.
Okay.
Goose's kid is in the movie.
Because in the
like,
original, Goose obviously dies, and Meg Ryan
Yep.
is the mother.
Spoiler alert.
Is Meg Ryan in this? She's
Meg
got mail.
Ryan.
Sleeveless in Seattle. You don't know who Meg Ryan is? You probably would. I'm kind of weirded out that I know who Meg Ryan is, but she was
don't
in that
know.
one famous movie with Tom Hanks, Sleepless in Seattle. Chris Vodka, you
Yeah.
know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fake orgasm.
No, she's not in
Yes,
that
with
movie.
Billy Crystal.
Yes.
What was that?
Well, that's a
Ozzy
different
and-
movie.
That was a different movie. That was Ozzy and
That's
Harriet.
a different movie, but that's the first thing I thought of.
I'll have what she's having. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that where that's from?
When Harry Met Sally.
Harry Met Sally, yeah.
Rob Reiner doing his best Woody Allen impression. All right, Masso with the super chat. We're doing an NBC.
NBC?
We're doing an NBC. 4-way NBC plus 35 still watching. Much love, Masso. Cheers, you Braj. I will definitely drink a beer for you in Sweden and or Berlin or Prague. All right, what are we doing? You guys got beers loaded?
Yep.
Got some sour, but
I got a 7% West Coast, so
Oh,
I'm
you're
gonna.
gonna pull a CH. You're gonna be the first guy to throw up on this thing. You guys ready to rock and roll? Chris Vodka, you ready? All right. Pick them up full, put them down empty, to staying positive, and test a negative.
Just say it.
Are we back? How'd we do?
Oh, I'm still going.
Everyone's. The Raj couldn't do it. I've got an interesting drink over here. I'm going to crack it after this. Kelly McGillis. Goose Fraba. Frobby's in the house. Everyone's
What's your
hurting.
interesting drink?
Just
Everyone's paying for it.
I know what we have to do.
What do you want?
Can't stand when that shit's in the blue. All right, so we've got who's chiming in here? That's Alias. So I've got an interesting video coming up. I'm gonna do a collab with Doing the Most.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, do you guys follow Doing the Most? BCP?
I've seen some of his stuff like on YouTube and whatnot. Like he mostly does like mead and ciders and stuff like that.
Smaller vibe. Yeah.
Definitely has like that hipster vibe to it, kind of thing.
I haven't
Like,
noticed that, but
Flannel and chillin' kind of thing.
Yeah.
so he's doing a big thing he's putting together. There's like 10 people in it. Chip from Chop and Brew was in it. And then there's another channel called Man-Made Mead. You guys know about that one?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Man-Made Mead. So we're all kind of – it's taken a long time to put this together. And he wants to do a mead, and he's got this poll on a website. We all kind of – the 10 of us went in there with our 2 best ingredients. And I went with dill and vinegar because I want to do dill pickle mead. And you vote on it and this and that, and then he waits a month, and then we all brew it, and then it's supposed to age and come out in November. So I'm all for it. I'm all for collabing. That's a long time though. November. We're talking.
long time.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
Yeah, we're talking YouTube content. We're talking about putting out turning tricks. So that's there. I don't know.
Does
Brag it.
mead usually take that long? I have no idea. I've never done one.
It can.
I've done it a couple times. The name of the game is the longer you wait, it goes from sweeter to drier. So if you
Drier. Also, like conditioning, because like they tend to be on the higher ABV, so conditioning it so it doesn't taste just like pure alcohol.
mead's weird because mead, you'll have a 13% mead and it tastes like nothing but honey,
Yeah.
and it'll fuck you up.
So do you usually just use like champagne yeast then for it, or?
I think both times I've done it, I got it from Booze Brothers. So I think it was probably their Cali 001 White Labs. It's a good question, though.
So I know a few folks who have used champagne yeast when they want it dry. Otherwise, they've used like USO5 and
Okay.
USO5's the shit.
it's fantastic.
What's your guys' take on going breaking it down between USO4 and USO5? What styles would you?
So
switch it
04
up
is the British strain, right?
So so you're using all your malty beers, and 05 would be more kind of a bitter yeast.
I've used 04 with a hazy,
Okay.
and I fermented it a bit warm because it really pulls out a lot of like fruity esters kind of thing from it.
Been a long time since I brewed with that stuff.
And USO4 tends to finish on the sweeter side than it does on the dry side.
Okay.
So like, because like I've had some, like I've done a hazy where it finished way too dry. Like it was just like 1009, and I'm just like, this is an interesting hazy, but it was so good, but it definitely like had a weird bite to it for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, USO4 is really good for that type of style, but it tends to be, I feel like, a bit more sensitive to temperature control kind of thing.
Yeah,
That's a huge
I've had
point.
it stall out on me twice.
That's a huge point. Especially for brand new brewers that can't control their
Yeah, like if you're making a any British style beer, I wouldn't recommend you using USO4.
Okay.
It's just too temperamental
Okay.
for that. And I would just go USO5, and like instead of like a 10-day fermentation, do like a 7-day fermentation and bottle and keg it from there kind of thing.
Got it. Eddie Butler, come on down, man. We still got people here.
USO5 is almost good for just about anything, ale-wise.
Would you compare
Yes.
it to Kvike?
I haven't used Kvike.
What?
Could be.
Kvike's the shit, man.
Oh, I
Kvike's the-
haven't.
I love
Bomb,
Kvike.
dude.
I love that shit.
It's the best tip for any beginner brewer because you don't have to worry about temperature control.
Especially now that Lutra
And
comes in dry form.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
I'm with you.
that's my favorite dried
I do.
yeast.
I'm
It
I'm
is a
s-
bit pricey compared to others, but it's just so worth it.
I'm such a poser when it comes to brewing these days, but when I come back from Germany, I'm going to get on a good one. I'm going to get on a brew show one. I'm going to get on a Martin a homebrew challenge one. I'm going to try to brew twice a year. That's my goal for the rest of 2022 is to brew at least twice a month. At least twice a month. And
Nice.
Are you gonna do 5 gallons, or are you gonna do a little less?
No. Me and Matt talked about that earlier. I can't. I don't have any. If me and Maury, if Maury and Trevor shows up, we're talking about a combined weight of 1,000 pounds with me included. And out here, it's just I hang out with a couple people here and there, but I don't have one beer drinking guy friend in Knoxville. So it's very difficult for me to
Yeah.
go through 5 gallons of beer. I'd either have to be drunk all the time or I'd either have to throw it all out, and I don't want either of those things.
Right.
So
I would do especially since you have the Clawhammer system, like 2.5 to 3 gallon batches are super easy on the 120 volt system.
and it's like what Martin was talking about last night. If you're not doing a 5 gallon batch or 10 gallon batch, you can heat up and get to boil in 10 minutes. You can
so fast.
so fast, because when I was doing the Anvil Foundry and I wouldn't sparge, I would put everything. I'd start with 7 gallons. It took so
About an hour.
long. It was Matt. It was over an hour. I'd come back
Oh,
after
really?
5 minutes,
Whoa.
and you're looking at that LCD screen. You're like, dude, that only went up 1 Fahrenheit, and this thing
So-
is working overtime.
Like when I do
Thank
5
you, Eddie
gallon
Butler.
batches on my
Thank you, Eddie
Clawhammer.
Butler. Thank you, Braj. Eddie Butler's the newest member of Braj Army.
Nice.
What were you saying, Alias? What were you guys saying?
So I see that Matt has the 120 Clawhammer.
Yep.
Matt's
So
got-
that's what I
Matt-
also have.
We all have the same.
when
one.
when I do 5 gallon batches, it takes about 45 minutes to an hour to heat up my strike water.
Mm-hmm.
So you're doing 4 gallons, or you're doing 7 gallons?
But
So
I'm
my
doing-
question, my next question for you: how long does it take Matt and Alias? How long does it take you guys to get up from mash to boil on that thing?
I would say
45
30
minutes.
minutes.
How much?
30 minutes for
That's
me?
not bad.
Yeah.
Because
I'd say
I guess-
45 on a bad day.
Yeah, because like for me, like that gives me time to strain the grain basket,
Mm-hmm.
and after doing that, throw out the grains, clean up the grain basket, and it's just starting to get to a boil, and I can throw in my hops, and like it. I kind of have it timed in a certain way at that point.
How do you guys feel about my hack? If you can pull it off, but you have to put all of the 7 gallons in on a 5 gallon batch. When I use that
Yeah,
sous vide
I-
thing to hit the 1,000.
So
watts.
I don't sparge at all. Like
Okay.
I have never
So you
sparged
should
in
do
my
what I
life.
do. You should rock that thing. That thing's like maybe $80, $70.
Mm-hmm.
You got heat going from top and bottom. Time is money. I mean, it's not a.
Well, so
it's a pretty neat.
the sous
hack.
vide thing, I feel like is only good for like the mash, right?
No, that thing can get to boil.
Whoa.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, at the end of the day, it's a heating element that goes low to high. That's a
So
1,000
okay,
watts.
how does it handle? So like, does it like not get clogged up with? Because like
Yeah.
wort is a sugar juice kind of thing, right? Like, does
Yeah.
it not like
So
cake on in there and stuff like that?
I don't use the Clawhammer basket. I use something that separates my grain basket from the actual wort, and then I'll clean it after that. But the bummer about that sous vide thing is you've got about maybe 4.5, 5 inches of that, and when it's
Right.
too low, it'll kick off because it's not touching water.
Water.
And when it's too high, you can electrocute it, and all the power and electrical
yeah,
components.
you risk all that stuff.
You
Yeah.
risk all that. So you have to find the sweet spot. But if you can do it, you can. It's like faster than propane. If you have
Yeah, I mean, if you have two elements going at the same time,
Yeah.
you're gonna heat up. That's what apartment Steve was doing
but
for
he
the
was
longest
saying
time.
doing it for a different ports in your house, because if you're pulling from the same kitchen line and you have a 240 oven,
Oh yeah,
like you might want to run an extension cord. But if you're doing it from the top and bottom, I recommend it if you want to spend $100 or you already have a sous vide thing, but it cuts everything in half. It cuts the time in half. And I've just done it on water. But
I really want to use my Clawhammer to sous vide steaks.
Fuck yeah. Of course.
Because
yeah.
I'm like, it holds temp and everything.
Yeah.
It just put all the packaged meat in the grain basket, drop it down.
Yeah. The neoprene jacket helps a lot with the Clawhammer. I
Yes.
don't have that. Mark.
I don't have
Kupka,
that either.
I don't have that.
I have it,
gotta go check
and
my AC
I've
out.
done a test case, and it's significantly.
It's a wetsuit. It retains heat. Or
Yeah,
room
it
temperature.
works so good.
Nice.
It was definitely worth the $40 I paid for it.
Be right back, gentlemen.
So that's interesting you mentioned that, Alias, because I bought Clawhammer a long time ago, so they didn't offer the wrap. They just offered like this thin insulation. That you
Yeah,
could,
they had that
tape around.
bubble wrap insulation, right?
Yeah, so I tested it, and it was like a 2-minute difference. So it was
that's
negligible.
nothing.
So it's interesting to hear that the neoprene wrap does help, because that kind of pushes me in that direction where I might be more
Especially
interested in.
since you're also on that metal table.
Yeah.
Because that metal table is going to be absorbing that heat, right? Like it's going to be wanting to draw that heat away.
So I typically had, again, from the original Clawhammer insulation kit, they give you this foam circle.
Right.
But after like 40 brews, it gets wet.
Yeah.
So it was starting to look a little gross, honestly. So I literally just pitched it. I threw it away like maybe 2 brew days ago. So now I just put like this thin piece of fabric under it. So to try to keep.
Also, try
to
wood.
Wood would be fine. Just anything to keep the heat off the table, because I don't want the table heating up to like super hot.
Right? Like, I remember when Clawhammer was like starting out and they didn't have anything under their kettle, and they were brewing on metal tables, and they would what was it? Emmett would put his hand and he'd like burn himself because he's like, oh shit.
Yeah. No,
So
you gotta be careful.
What were you guys using before you guys got the Clawhammer systems?
All right, I'm back from the dead. One more beer?
Coolers.
Matt Ushman.
Coolers?
Matt Ushman, where's your beer, bro?
I've been doing brew in the bag since I ever started.
Yeah, I have a was it 3-tier
Herms?
gravity fed cooler system. Oh, cooler system with a 15-gallon kettle.
Nice.
And that was the one thing I spent the money on, because I'm like, I want a big kettle. And but recently I just bought a couple brew in the bag, like just cheap mesh bags, and I've been doing brew in the bag for
Brew Show would be proud.
The last 5 brews. But what I've noticed with brew in the bag, I don't know if you guys noticed this, since you guys do it. If I do a high gravity beer, my efficiency is garbage.
Yeah,
yes.
It'll do it.
Like, I noticed anything over like 12, 13 pounds, it sucks. My efficiency is not good. So,
What is bad efficiency mean to you? Like what numbers are you pulling?
Yeah, what's the
anything-
percentage?
I don't really care about efficiency, but if it's under 60, I'm like, ugh, it's bad.
So
Are you
I don't.
sparging?
Yeah, no, I'm not sparging. What I've been doing is I've been doing full volume.
That's what I used to do too.
So
doing full volume.
shameless. This is a shameless plug. I did
Shame
a
on,
recent
man.
video.
Welcome to my
I did a
world.
recent video on cold sparging. So check it out. But I compared traditional sparging to cold sparging, and when I say cold sparging, I mean literally a gallon of water. That's literally the lowest effort sparging, and I bumped my efficiency up by like 7 to 10 points.
Oh, really?
Oh,
wow.
that's crazy.
It's literally no work at all, like 0 work. So check out the video.
That I like.
Weird
So you like
thing.
just grab a gallon jug of like spring
Gallon
water
of
and
just literally just gallon of water. You just dump it on top. It bumps your efficiency up insanely high.
Oh,
A really
gross.
weird thing, though, the 3 batches I've done on it, no, 4 batches I've done on it with brew in the bag that have been right around that 12 pounds, I calculated my efficiency and I was like 80%. then like once
Wow.
I did a 20-pound grain bill for a double IPA,
Pour this
and
out.
that was my efficiency. My efficiency was really bad on that one.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
20
20
pounds
pound-
will dip. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's just so much grain at that
That's a lot.
point.
Yeah.
So
I
one
was
thing-
I was gonna sell my coolers and stuff, but I'm like, well, maybe I should keep them if I want to do like that big giant double IPA or that big, imperial stout. Maybe I hang on to those.
So Chris, during your mash, do you like stir your mash around at all or no? Yeah.
I'll pop it open and I'll stir it probably 3 times because what I'm doing in my kettle, and then
Right.
what I'm doing is wrapping a sleeping bag around it.
Oh shit.
The whole temp. Because I just started doing it like in February here
So-
in Nebraska. In Nebraska here, February is still like, it's 20 degrees. It's 20
Yeah, that
degrees.
sounds. I bet it's cold. Yeah.
And so, but since you guys have been talking about the Clawhammer stuff, I messaged Emmett a couple times and I was asking
Emmett's the man.
him,
Yeah, he's
what
good.
I want to do is I want to get a Clawhammer system for doing brew in a bag.
Yep.
But I want a 20-gallon system with the 120 volt element.
Damn.
It wouldn't work.
I know it's not going to get it up to boil. I'm going to use propane still for getting it up to boil. I just want that element to hold mash and to kettle sour.
Okay.
Okay.
And
You could also get an induction plate as well, because that could help too. If you don't want to deal with flames.
What's the fruit that
Yeah,
tastes like
well-
BO?
my plan was I like using propane but I just want to be able. I want that element.
All
in
right,
there
Hank
just to
Hill.
hold temp.
Hey, GG
I was
Ryder,
talking
man.
to him and he said it should work.
Thank you, GG Ryder. Much love, man. Thank you for
Yeah,
the super
because
chat,
it's the
bro.
same
Much
fitting,
love.
so like it would just like tap right in, kind of thing. Clamp right in.
Yeah.
Okay. I want that 20-gallon system so bad.
No.
My last
Like,
2 beers
and
have
I'm
been
just like,
disgusting.
I don't know if I'm ready to throw like 2K towards that. I'm just like,
Unless you're, especially if you want to start a YouTube channel, Alias, you're gonna want to do smaller batches. Don't buy
Yeah.
it. Sorry, Kyle. Sorry,
Yeah.
Emmett. But if you want to have,
So the
A
thing
lot
with
of-
me, like my beers usually go quite fast because like I always have like I'm really close with a lot of my neighbors here in the neighborhood,
yeah,
and so I host happy hours and things like that.
fuck yeah. dude.
Also, I have a few different friend groups. Like I have drifting friends, barbecue friends, golfing friends, things like that.
Noise.
And so like I'll invite them over and be like, all right, let's just drink, whatever, you know? So that usually kills my kegs quite fast.
Yeah, mine
Maybe
goes
10
mine
gallons.
goes
And
pretty
so
quick.
like I really want that ability to brew. So like whenever I host like big events, that's when I would want to be brewing like 10-gallon batches, right? Like normally I wouldn't, but for like big events, like when I host the big brewbies and stuff like that, that's when I would like to be able to have like 10-gallon batches.
Yeah, I do more 10-gallon batches in the summer, and what I'll do is like if I make a 10-gallon, I'll make 10 gallons of wheat and I split it off and I add raspberry to half of it.
Yeah.
And I'll add like peaches to the other half or something weird.
Because I'll sometimes take like a keg of like a pony keg and just like a corny keg and go to the pool and with my friends and just have a party tap at the pool kind of thing.
Mhm.
And then everybody's like staring at us, and I'm like,
Sick invite,
yes,
bro.
we're alcoholics.
So yeah, I also have a homebrew club that I share my beer with quite a bit. And
Nice.
the other thing I'm making a point to do this year, I'm not buying any store-bought beer this year.
That's a good rule.
Oh,
That's what Matt.
so I did that
drinking
for a
like-
month.
You just made Matt Ushman very proud, man.
Yeah,
Very proud.
I don't do that. I don't buy beer.
I'll
Hey,
go
we
to
still-
a brewery.
We still
Go
got
to a
people here,
brewery
man.
and get beer, but I won't buy it.
Oh, Goose just donated.
Goose donated $20, man. That's gonna get my ass out to visit Alias in Austin because he's never invited me to one of these hangouts, man. Thank you, Goose Fraba. And Roswell showed up.
You know that's bull, but
I'm staying with you, man. I'm staying with you.
yeah, absolutely.
No, if I ever come out, I mean, I probably will stay with you, but I do want to have that camper from my neighbor across the way that It's not gonna happen for a long
Like
time.
Justin's like only like 20, 30 minutes from me.
Oh, we're all hanging out. Yeast and the Beast is gonna make it happen too. And would you?
Yeah,
Call it
he's
South
like
Dock?
near. I think Yeast and the Beast is like near Waco, just south of Waco. I think he said.
I just know Dallas
He's-
Fort Worth. It's like right smack in the center of Texas, right?
Dallas. So Waco's like kind of center. So Austin's definitely central Texas, and then Waco is about hour and a half north of it, and then another hour and a half you hit Dallas Fort Worth area.
Got it. And Nebraska's on the way, man. That's Chris Vodka country. That's also doing the most country.
I got a 5-bedroom house. You can stay.
Damn, dude.
Damn.
We got another.
I know where I'm going.
Mr. Gibson, come on down, man. We got people here still hanging out watching, man. What's up, Roswell's? Cheers,
Oh,
bro.
damn, we went back up to over 40 again.
We're back at 43. We're hanging out. I think we at the peak it was 50, Matt, when it was just me and you for what? That was about the first hour?
Yeah.
So we're hanging out, man. For those who are just kind of getting here, this is Alias Brown Men Brewing on Instagram. This is Chris Vodka. He does all of the merch. He's a home brewer, father out there in Nebraska. And this is Trouble Brewing on the right with Matt Ushman out there in Michigan. Detroit. I kind of cracked.
Are those all board games back there, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are they?
Yeah.
Do you have a Fireball Island? What am I trying to say? What's the one where you lift the...
Actually, I do.
Can I see it? Because I know that's worth
Yeah,
a couple bucks on eBay. Goose Fraba, thank you, man. Thank you for the super chat. Cheers, Goosey. And,
Those are all board games?
I gotta put my earphones back in.
Dude.
Actually, they just a game company just basically they redid the game.
Holy
So
shit.
This is the new version of
That
it.
was a big one. When I was
So
at Grom.
So they made
Jeez.
a brand new, really
Also-
awesome version of it.
I want to give a lot of love to Goose because he's been like
Goose
since
is out there too, man.
he's been one of the biggest supporters of like BMB from the beginning, and I love him. So
Broadman Bruin.
yeah, he's like
They've been-
since like he had started following me on when I was like just posting beer on my personal stuff before Brownman Brewing, and he's like we've done stickers exchanges and stuff like that, and just chatting and everything because he's out in El Paso, so he's a bit of ways, but he's been super supportive like in this community, and I love it.
Shout out to Goose Fraba, man. You heard it first here from Alias. Whoa. I just kind of blew it. Goose Fraba, he was one of the barrages who was always on board with whatever I was doing. He sent me some stickers out there from Texas to my place in San Diego, man. So much love, Goose Frabs. Thanks, man. You're always here. You're always a barrage.
Absolutely.
I'll get a P.O. box. Not that that's stopping me from doing anything, but I'm finally looking to do some beer trades kind of again. And I owe Goose beer. I want to get some beer. I've only sent beer to like 10 or 12 people, but I'll get that going here.
Do a beer trade with you.
Yeah, I've done it with Gorgeous George. I've done it with Apartment a bunch. I've sent Ross some beer.
Yeah, I know.
Clawhammer.
Apartment sent you a lot of stuff.
Sent me a lot of good stuff. Apartment sent me some of his favorite beers and a lot of his favorite home brews. And his beer was good, man. He had some Czech Pilsners. He had some
I think he's
Italian
probably
Pilsners.
one of the best brewers on YouTube, I would have to say.
He's got it in his family. His parents were, and his grandfather was a brewer. So it's kind of like the guy that's good at football.
Because
You
he
know, his dad-
nerds out to the science. Like he gets super,
Yeah.
super into it, like
Yeah.
detailed.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Cheers, Goose. Cheers, Roswell's. Yeah, no, he sent me some stuff, and the beer was good. And he bottles it, and he prints out the little labels that look like
Hmm.
he did a great job with it. And I don't brew that many Pilsners, and B, I wouldn't ship that shit. I never ship glass. I would never ship bottles. He knows what he's doing, man.
That's all I do is ship bottles whenever I ship.
Not anymore, man. I had a bad experience. I shipped 4 of them to a buddy one time, and 2 of them broke. They were bombers from the brewery I was working at, and I just swore to myself, never again. I'm never shipping glass again. After watching,
So I
Ace
I
Ventura-
use those Amazon like packages, like the bubble wrap envelopes.
Yeah, but it's a minimum wage guy that's just throwing it in the back. There's so many YouTube videos on UPS fails.
Oh, and-
you know. Call it.
Because I get it in, I put it in the meat. So I use 750 ml bottles,
Yeah.
and and I used the medium USPS priority,
Yeah.
and so it's like with it in the envelope, it is jammed, so it can't move like at all.
Okay.
And then I put a little bit extra bubble wrap that I keep around on the two sides, and it like you can shake the box and that bottle is not going anywhere.
Hey, if it works, man, more power. I'm just too much of a pussy.
And then every time they ask like, "Oh, do you have glass or fragile stuff like that?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's a hot sauce bottle."
Yeah, it's my dad's hot sauce, ancient Chinese secret.
They're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, we'll put fragile on it, and you're good to go." And it doesn't cost you anything extra.
Right. That would be funny to get a guy from the USPS on and be like, "Come on, you know that there's people sending all this shit, but you can't
Like,
be."
yeah, can't say anything.
Yeah. DJ Pablo, what's up, man? Miami, my first time in San Diego a while back. I went nuts with beer and spent well over $140 in shipping. That's not that much. That's a good story, man. The only
Just
good
in
thing
shipping,
out of
or
I have a neighbor who does Tavor, and he spends $300 a month.
ooh,
on what?
At least. Just here, you can't get any outside of our distribution here.
Yeah.
Like he's buying he's like, oh, I got a bunch of Tavor stuff. Come over and try it. And he'll have something, and I'm like, oh, it was a one can of Hazy IPA he got. That's he paid like $13 for, and I'm just like
Paying twice as much as shipping.
and so when I saw Tavor, I was like, "Oh, this sounds pretty cool." And then I started putting the pricing together. I was like, "This is stupid expensive. It's
Ridiculous.
a fucking ripoff."
You gotta keep it under the priority mail. What's the fixed rate shit called? Flat rate priority mail.
Flat rate, yeah.
You gotta keep it under that. Other than
If
that,
it fits, it ships, man.
beer is, dude, I've had some scares shipping beer because it's got to fit flat, right? If they've got the thing that kind of goes up a little bit, they want to open it up. I've grabbed a box and just ran out of there at the most busy UPS, probably in San Diego, Carlsbad Village 1. There's always a line, parking lot's a disaster. And when they start getting kind of a little bit fishy with it, I don't know. You got to kind of know what you're doing when it comes down to shipping beer. Who's this?
I've never done it.
You've
So-
never shipped
here
beer?
have I.
Not yet. No.
Padres are losing every game. What the
Matt, do you sometimes can
If
or
you
bottle
want-
or anything?
CH,
Yo.
if you want to send, give me your address. I'll send you. I have a bottle. I can send you.
Yeah, we'll do something out here. I don't care if anybody really knows my address. It's I don't know it, but if I did know it off the top of
Just
my head.
text me. Yeah, just text me.
I've got you on Instagram. I don't have your phone
Yeah.
number. You don't really
No,
need-
I don't have your phone number. Just DM me or whatever.
I have no problem with anybody in here having my phone number, but no, I need to get that PO box soon because there was people that were sending me beer in California and it was awesome.
Yeah,
It was really cool. And
I would love that. That would be cool.
some guy from NorCal sent me an insane amount of beer one time. I think it was 4 6-packs or 6 4-packs from Altamontes. And the shipping was phenomenal. It's like we talked about earlier, Matt. People get into beer, people get out of beer. He's not around anymore. But he sent me this setup and I was like, holy shit, man, this was probably like maybe $200 of shipping.
Yeah.
And there was no catch. I
Wow.
didn't send him anything back. He just liked
Nice.
watching the shit. And it
Yeah.
was cool. It was great beer.
4 directions.
Yeah, it was cool. What do we got?
Just try shipping weed.
You guys want to do one more beer?
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm working on this. So.
Matt Ushman, Chris Vodka. I'm striking out. So that sour sucked. And the beer before that, it wasn't a beer. It was like a June Shine weird thing. I threw away. So we'll do one more. 5 more.
Sounds
Sure.
good.
Excuse me.
Package it all, Matt.
So, 4 directions.
Goose
I had a
Baba.
buddy in college
We'll do 5 more beers.
who
for
lived
Goosey.
from Colorado, and he would vacuum seal his bud, put it in the Folgers coffee tin,
Yeah.
and then
I know that. I know that
heat
story.
it back up and create like that tinfoil seal again.
Yeah.
Close the lid and put it with a bunch of candy and stuff like that, and then ship it to his college dorm.
Yep.
And then it'd be like he shipped himself some Folgers coffee.
Yep.
And then he'd just pull out a vacuum sealed bag of just like an ounce of bud, and I was just like, that's awesome.
Hey man, shout out to anybody who beats the system.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember that though. I remember the thermos was a big one, or unscrewing the coffee mug thing. I remember that was a thing. Just make everything legal. It's ridiculous. I'm from Canada, so shipping weed is chill now, but we used to be sketchy for sure. JS Four Directions, man. Where are you at in Canada? I think I knew this at one point.
I got a lot of family in Canada.
Who does?
I do.
You do? Which part?
Yeah.
I've never been.
I got family in Vancouver, Edmonton, Calgary, Toronto.
Dude, I heard it's the best sushi in the world up there.
Oh, he's in British Columbia.
Where's that?
I think that's west, if I remember correctly.
All right, we're not playing with any more experimental beers. We're going in for. All right, we got a Munich style Dunkel. Good thing about these beers.
Yeah, British Columbia is out west, where like Vancouver is.
I wonder how many of your viewers are Canadian. Not a lot.
Party time. He's Canadian, right?
Party time, and there's a Barrage who came on a little bit ago. Vancouver Island or Vancouver City, the west coast of. There's like a Catalina Island off the west coast of Canada, right when you go north of Washington State. There's a couple guys out there. Andrew Murta and Trevor Friesen. Trevor Friesen was actually in the chat last night.
Island.
That was cool to see him. It looks beautiful up there. I want to go to Canada so bad. All right,
dude,
boys.
Canada is fantastic, man.
I want to go so bad. And it's kind of like America. Oh,
so let me
shit.
know when you go to Canada.
Oh,
I'll go with you.
Trev who's in the house. Should we do a call out? No, we called him last night.
Hey.
The chicks only rest when they have drunk enough beer. What do you say? The chicks only rest when they have drunk enough beer. What up, Trev? Who? What's up, you Braj? Come on down. Come here. Thanks, Braj. That's Trevor, owner of South O Brewery in Oceanside, California. Big shout out to him.
Very cool.
CH, come to Vancouver, bro. I will hook you the hell up, man. I'm down. All I want to do is travel.
I'll go with you too.
All I want to do is travel. We're in, man. This is BrajCon.
You're going to Germany or something, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to be in Germany in like 2 weeks.
Nice, dude.
Yep. All on credit. Oh, this beer's malty. I forgot about Dunkels. I mean, they call it a lager, but it tastes like a CH brown ale homebrew. Trev, what's going on, man? I'm going to call you.
I'm going to one of my favorite beer cities next month, Minneapolis, St. Paul. I love the beer scene out there.
I've never been. What's going on out
great.
there? Yeah?
There's so many. There's just tons, and they're all great. There's one of my favorites is called Wild Mine, and what they specialize in is they do a lot of like wild fermented beers, and they use wild Minnesota yeast. It's all good stuff.
I think Mr. Gibson's in the house. I think he's a Minneapolis Barrage. What about would you put that in your top 3 favorite beer cities, Chris Vodka?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I would say of ones that I've been to, I would put Minneapolis, St. Paul, and I would also put Colorado, of course. And
never been to Colorado, not to drink beer. Because when you're talking Colorado, you're talking Denver?
Yeah, like Denver,
Usually.
Boulder.
Denver,
Boulder, Fort Collins.
Fort Collins, which is CSU, right? Colorado State is Fort Collins. Where's CU play? Where do the Buffaloes play? That's Boulder?
Yeah, that's Boulder.
Okay. What about you, Trouble? What's your favorite 3 beer cities?
Oh God, I haven't traveled enough to know.
Well,
I've
of the ones you've been to.
I mean, I would just say like the Grand Rapids area of Michigan. So that'd probably be my one and only favorite place because again, I haven't really traveled that much.
No Texas, no Florida, no New York, no California, no.
I've been to Florida just for Disney.
Cut out
No
again.
Texas. I went to Boston one time, but it was for PAX. It was a video game convention like
Oh,
years
nice.
ago.
That's awesome. You
Besides
went to
that,
PAX.
Oh yeah, dude.
I haven't. Sorry about that. Yeah, I haven't really gone much places to drink beer really. So
Well,
Michigan,
sounds
really.
like you're due.
I'm probably due. Yeah.
I would say my top cities. Boston was really good.
Love to go to
London. Where else did I go? And just go to a bunch of breweries. Oh, Seattle. That was really good too.
Seattle. That was is. I'd imagine it's very expensive.
Yeah. It got expensive real fast. Flights were like, I think like 20 bucks.
$7-8 for an IPA. Kind of San Diego vibe.
Yeah, it was definitely like that West Coast pricey vibe. Like,
Yeah.
it was like 20 bucks for a flight, and I was like, ouch.
Whoa. $20 for a flight?
Yeah.
A flight pretty much comes down to just a pint of beer. Usually it's 4-ounce pours.
Yep.
So these were 5
Fuck.
at least, but still, like,
Still.
I was just like, really? $20? But I'm just like, I'm not here for a long time, but I want to try all these different beers, so I'm going to do a flight.
Do you remember which Seattle brewery stood out the most? Was there any kind of Russian River? Was there kind of a Orange Julius or Sierra Nevada?
I don't think there was one that, like, I think really stood out. They were just like, I don't know, by the end of it, I was really wasted. So I guess that's probably my problem. But I think they all had similar, decent style beers. But all just like, it's like, yeah, I would buy a pint of that kind of thing.
Got it. Here's the dunkel. 5 best beer cities. Dude, I would love to come to Vancouver, man. I'm looking at that right now at JS4 Directions. 5 best beer cities that I've been to.
Alaska
I've
had some
never-
pretty good breweries. I'm not gonna
You've
lie.
been to Alaska? God, I want to go to
Yeah.
Alaska too.
Alaska would be cool.
Where do you go? Juneau or Anchorage?
So I did a cruise kind of thing. So it left from Vancouver, and then it went to like Juneau. Oh fuck, I don't remember all the city names. But like it went to a few different stops along the way, and there were different breweries. And there was this one brewery that made like, I think it was a pale ale with like, pine or something like that.
Okay.
It was one of my favorite beers. Like it was spruce tips. That's what they used in the beer.
Oh, I love those IPAs that taste like you're sucking down a pine tree. It's
And I was just like, oh, I was like, it literally like made me feel like take me back to like my camping days. And I was just like, yes, this was fantastic. I would want to sit around a campfire and be drinking this right now. Like,
Hell yeah. Anchorage is on the list. Minneapolis. I do want to go to Grand Rapids, Michigan. I hope that Martin pulls this off and he can actually do this because it gives me motivation to go meet him on some of these beer cities. Even Atlanta's what, like 5 hours from me?
yeah, you're not too far from Atlanta.
No.
You flew there. It was probably what, like an hour and a half flight, 2 hour flight?
It's 2 hour flight, yeah.
It's a 2 hour flight. Okay, so that's like
Just a little over 2 hours, but
1,000
yeah.
miles. Okay.
the thing with Minneapolis is there's tons of them in Minneapolis, St. Paul, but it's weird. They're in pockets. So like I have a buddy who lives up there. So whenever I go up there, I go for 3 or 4 days, and we hit like
I'm down,
little
Gustavo.
pockets of them. And it's really, yeah, it's kind of weird. You can't hit. I mean, you can hit a whole bunch in a day, but it's shit tons of driving.
Right.
But like they're in little weird pockets. It's kind of bizarre, and there's like, I'd say there probably at least 50 to 100 of them. There's tons there.
Oh, no, I
But
would
as
love to
for-
go. I would love to go. My dream in this world is to. No, we talked about Denver, Masso. We definitely brought up Colorado. Chris brought that up. My dream in this world is to travel in a car and just hit what Martin was talking about last night. I think that's the perfect way. Just try to make myself look like an idiot, kind of a failed Anthony Bourdain on the internet, and drink beer and eat barbecue and go to sushi and go to these historical places. I think that's the raddest way anybody could live their life.
I mean, living like that Anthony Bourdain life of just traveling, eating at some crazy restaurants and
Japan,
drinking the best drinks, like that'd be awesome. Like just traveling the world, trying different breweries. Like, oh my god, I would love that.
He's a huge.
Even hitting all these weird, small town breweries, because like there's a whole bunch
for
of,
sure
that are popping up like in western Nebraska, and they're actually pretty good. And like Des Moines in Iowa is starting to get pretty good, and same with Kansas City. But
there was like in
Midwest
Colorado
wise,
too.
Yeah.
Like in the small towns of Colorado, like near like Park City and all that, there's some great breweries there. Like Camber Brewing and Riverside Brewing. I don't know. I have their merch and whatever, but yeah. They make some fantastic beers.
Trev got message retracted. Thumbs up. You guys ever been to a bad beer city? I've been to one. And it was my favorite city. It's my favorite city, I think, in America.
Las Vegas.
No, I hate Las Vegas. I can't deal with Las Vegas.
I hate Las Vegas too. It sucks for beer. And God, what's the other one?
It's just the white trash capital of the world. What was Bill Burr's joke? It's a fake Eiffel Tower, but with just bums. I'm not a Las Vegas person at all. I'm not a gambler. I mean, I gamble here and there.
Neither am I.
But I'll gamble on the Super Bowl and this and that. Las Vegas.
I feel like you're a big sports gambler. I don't know why. I feel like I saw that. Yeah.
No, not at all.
I've been to Las Vegas 8 times.
Oh my God!
Once for pleasure. The rest of it's been all work related stuff, and I like.
No,
it's just I hate it.
Yeah,
every time
it's so gross. Las Vegas is the grossest city in the world. It's so. I mean, when you wake up hungover and you open up the blinds, and you just look at the desert, and you get it. You get the weird money that comes in and out. The movie Casino with Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro, and this is kind of like the weird loophole for the mafia to bury bodies and launder money. You get it. You understand.
And and the worst part is like 5 of the times in a row my work sends me to, and I stay at the same place every time. I stayed in a nice hotel. Like I stayed at Mandalay Bay.
Yeah.
But what sucks about that, it's on the damn end of the strip. There's nothing else really around it.
Yeah.
And I don't have the desire or the get up and go to like do other like venture forth. I'm just like, I hate it so much here.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Yeah. Las Vegas is this city where, and you could probably say this about any city, but the more money you have, the better time you're going to have. And that was me at 21, but me nowadays, it's like, I have a buddy who works at a local casino, and it's depressing. Like watching people gamble and think they have it all figured out. That's cool if you're in town, you bet on sports, this and that. But the people that their hobbies are playing slot machines is
that's just gross.
It's a vibe.
Well, see, my other worst beer city is Manhattan. New York sucks.
Oh yeah, because of the water or the
Manhattan Island. Manhattan Island. There's no breweries there because rent's so expensive.
Okay.
And so there's a couple like taproom type places where you can get craft beer, but it's just all the breweries are in like Brooklyn, and they're off the island.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all in They're all in like
Yeah.
Queens and Brooklyn
Yeah.
and all that. Yeah.
But Manhattan itself sucks.
I would.
Yeah, because no breweries can afford to be in Manhattan.
Right.
That's the biggest problem.
Right. That makes sense. That checks out.
Especially like if they're gonna do distribution and stuff like that, like having trucks come up in like a one way kind of thing, like it's impossible.
I was supposed to go to 2 years ago before COVID hit. I was supposed to go to Toy Fair in New York, and so what I was gonna do is I was gonna take an extra day and go stay in like Brooklyn and go hit like Evil Twin and like a bunch of the other ones.
Oh,
that are-
nice.
Brooklyn Brewing.
And but
DJ Pablo, Miami.
it went. Oh, that didn't happen. So
All right. Hold it down, guys. We're not going anywhere. Matt Ushman, what's going on, man? One more beer?
Hanging out. Yep.
One more beer?
Just working on this.
Yeah, but can we
I'm
work on
empty.
another one?
No, this will probably be it for me, bud.
That's it for you? Okay, well, nobody go anywhere.
yeah, same here.
Be right back.
I got to work tomorrow.
Matt
Yeah,
Ushman, do you watch
yeah.
Letterkenny?
Yeah, it's funny because it's that town that he grew up in reminded me a lot of my hometown. I grew up
Nice.
in Michigan. Yeah.
As soon as you said Bud, I was like, oh my god, it gave me as nothing but Letterkenny vibes.
Yeah, no, I watched a lot of it. It got weird. It got the whole show got a little weird, but the first
Near the end, yeah, like the last few seasons got
yeah,
like,
the first few seasons were gold though.
oh, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, Chris, I heard your question a while ago. It was hard to cut in
That's okay.
about bottling. Yeah, so I rarely don't. I usually don't. I usually just keg. I bottle for competition mainly.
Okay.
And when I bottle for competition, I'll typically like bottle maybe another 6-pack just for me. But besides that, I really don't.
Oh, dude, I'm so stoked that I don't have to like. I got one keg. The system, the thing I got up, because what I did is I converted my garage fridge into I drilled a hole into it.
Yeah,
I saw that
was
post.
it yesterday?
I saw
And,
the post.
I told my wife I was doing that, and she's like, "You're what?" And I'm like, a hole."
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
What'd I miss?
Get a-
Who's got some laughs? All right,
Oh,
we're coming
how
up- we're
Chris
com-
was trying to convince his wife to drill a hole in the fridge in his garage.
That's could be a situation. Could be a conversation.
Nah, it was good. She's like, "Well, is it gonna stay cold in there?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll seal it up."
Ship shape. All right, gentlemen, we're coming down to the wire. Anybody got anything to plug outside of the stuff we already talked about? Anything kind of coming up?
If you
No.
want a cool ass beer design, hit up Chris Vodka
That's
because
exactly
his shit
right.
is
Hell yeah.
it's the dopest shit.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
I'm
Matt Ushman?
repping some of his stuff. So is Matt Ushman,
Yeah,
and
Matt's
then
got a nice
soon
shirt.
I'll have BMB merch out too. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, he's going to have a YouTube channel out as well.
Oh, very cool.
Well,
he keeps
might
saying
put
that, and
some
I'm
words in
gonna
his mouth,
we'll see
yeah.
how well that happens.
He bought a brand new GoPro. He's got a brand new GoPro. Yeah. Links. DJ Pablo wants to support. Do we have any links? We've got Matt in the if you guys could
description.
in the description. That's Matt, aka Trouble Brewing. Second
Theron
down from
is
the super chat.
Usually
That'd
the
be
one
rad.
with the links.
Yeah, I think Theron's.
He's
I
out.
think you hit the old dusty trail, man. But this is fun, man. I love doing these things 2 nights in a row. I know that Wednesday is the pulse of it. But thanks for your time, guys. And if anyone's got anything else to say, to do, Ushman,
All set.
Alia,
Thanks for having me on.
of course, man.
Yeah, this was a lot of
Same
fun.
here.
It's always fun, and we'll run it back next week. I want to try to do 2 a week before I go to Europe. So that's in. I think I got 2 more weeks after that. And after this, I'm
I do
going to
want to
smoke
say
weed. What's up?
someday I want to be on with my homebrew hero, which is Barbecue Larry. I love
La-
Larry.
Everybody
love
wants
Larry.
Larry to be fucked up. I think when Larry's
I
wasted,
love Larry.
everyone's having the best time. Yeah.
He holds nothing back when he's wasted
No.
for sure.
He's just fuck COVID, fuck this, fuck that. He's living his life. He's smoking a cigar. He's the man.
Yeah.
I know his channel's kind of outdated, and I think the majority of his subscribers are from people from back in the day, and
Yeah.
I don't think he's getting kind of love that he's hoping to see. But I hope he's not done with YouTube.
Hope not.
Hopefully not.
I hope we see Brian again too. Short circuited Brian.
Yeah, he's been gone for a while.
He's been gone for a long time. So everyone's been gone. Bradley, Prost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pros with Peter. I haven't seen him in a long time.
So yeah, hopefully these guys do their thing. And Matt, I don't want you to get burned out as well. I get it.
No.
It's work.
Yeah, I'll keep it up. It's just not going to be weekly. That's the difference.
Don't burn yourself out, man. Do not burn yourself out. I miss brewing
Nope.
your channel, and a couple others got me pumped to start brewing. Much love, DJ Pablo. Well, hey guys, let's get out of here. Let's go to bed. Let's have a good night. I want to thank all you guys, Chris Vodka, Trouble.
Yeah, thanks for having me last minute and everything.
Yeah, we can keep
It's
this
fun,
up, right? We can keep this. Did anybody do anything stupid tonight?
Think so.
All right, here's my penis.
Oh.
Everyone just come in. No, I'm kidding. All right, we'll keep this up, and everyone have a good night, and have a good weekend, and we'll all connect soon. Maybe we'll do this same time next week.
Cheers.
All right.
All right,
Later,
everybody.
homies.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Excuse me.